Guess what my movement speed is now?
Don't ask them that. Don't.
What'd you say, Peter?
55.
That's exactly it. How'd you know?
Yes! God damn it, you're at 55? Holy shit, dude. My speed. Motherfucker, Ryan. Dude. Jesus, it would take me 3 actions to do what you can do in 1. My speed is 25. Jesus.
That sucks for you, dude.
Jesus. Dan, are you in are you? Do you have to take like -5 because you're heavy armor? So you at like 20 speed or no?
I think I want to take the minus if I have underneath the strength to use the item. Unless if I'm mistaken.
No, you're correct. As long as it subtracts 5, which I think most of them are at 5, unless you do like full mail and then it's like -10. But all right, I thought I'd be able to tease you and be like, well, at least I'm not as bad as Dan.
I mean, I got the fleet upgrade. I move a little bit fast.
Oh, fuck, Ryan. Okay.
I think everybody took fleet except for you, Marak.
Yeah, I didn't take it. A good question here is, as the person who's supposed to be the like guy who's like, oh my god, someone just went down in the party, I should go and rescue them. Why is that not Ryan's job when he could literally just like leap halfway across the map and be like, ugh?
Because he does like 4 times your damage in 1 punch.
That's true. That is true. Very true. You're right. Good point. Good point.
Thomas, I don't know if you did it intentionally. You have muted yourself.
Correct. I am eating, and I didn't want to make a bunch of gross mouth noises.
Good. I assume you're an old man still with Discord and just.
I got you covered, Ryan. I'm back in it.
All right. We're gonna start a little bit here. Okay.
Oh, guys, Foundry says I'm at level 8. You guys suck.
What?
No, it doesn't.
Marak has enough to level up. Level 8. That's what it says right there.
Nope. It's gone forever.
Maddie, how dare you erase history?
So we haven't played for 8 weeks now.
Oh my.
Damn.
It's been that long.
8 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a quick synopsis of the whole events, but then a more in-depth of the recent days. Because you already know that you're senior operatives of the famed Hunters Guild of Altanova, the capital of Novar. You have completed many different quests, retrieving stolen items from a goblin clan, uncovering cult conspiracy in a small village, capturing a Yeti gone rogue from dark magic, dealing with a series of thefts and the... Okay, I gotta stop. Ryan? You might have to play in your bedroom.
Wait, what?
I'm coming in.
You were fine.
I'm coming in though. I can hear me in yours, and it's doing that speech jammer shit where like.
Why don't you just mute me like I muted you?
I'm also streaming it. I can't mute you.
Oh, all right.
Oh, shitty.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan. We'll figure something out next time. I didn't want to mute.
Such bad deja vu.
What is?
All right, now that Ryan's away,
From when Aaron and I
guys, let's talk about how much we hate Ryan.
I'm still here.
I'm still here, Peter.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
Wait, what would
I'm just
happen
not
with?
in the room that.
Because we shared it. Remember we had like to try like 30 different things out with microphones until we got it.
No, we'll just Ryan and lie. We'll just have to sit before next time. I'm sure there's a way that we can make some adjustment. It's just quite literally like I would talk, and maybe you guys have him turned down enough that you can't hear him, but I had him turned up to match the rest of you, and it was just like I would hear myself, and it would like stop me from talking. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Be good.
But anyways, so yeah, you guys have done a bunch of stuff. Most recently, you handled an undead outbreak at the research facility on an island. Now, throughout those adventures, you have also dealt with many smaller issues in between that we'll bring up eventually when they become relevant again. But for right now, you are all focused on your current quest, finding the Chancellor's kidnapped daughter. The quest scroll reads: My daughter, Jada Norman, has been kidnapped the night of Serenith the 12th. I strongly believe this to be a kidnapping because on the day of, there were tensions that arose between my division, the Ministry of Defense, and a Valeran troop that visited to discuss certain peace agreements. However, there was no letter, ransom, etc. left behind in her absence. I offer the party who returns my daughter 200 gold piece each, plus a bonus of 100 gold piece for the head or heads of the man or men who stole her. Signed, Augustus Norman, Chancellor of Defense, Novar. Today is Aristus the 17th, about 6 days since you've left Alta Nova on this quest, and about a month since receiving the quest. Before you left Alta Nova, you first interrogated the Chancellor of Defense, Augustus Norman, and his servant Clary. You found that Jaden, the person you're looking for, had a mostly normal life before becoming recluse and hiding in her tower, writing love letters of a forbidden man. You also found that there to be no break-in on the night she was taken away. Steve found a jade ornament with a Valeran signature in her bedroom. You all also discovered that Chancellor Augustus denied a peace treaty with the Valeran militia that visited that same day. You know the leader of the militia group, named the First Bloods, is named Mahmud. With this information, you decided to head to Masai, the neutral city between Novar and Valera, still locked in their Cold War, to find out who the crafter of the jade ornament is, and to talk to the merchant who delivered it to Jaden, named Kirei. Once inside of Masai, you first spoke with Kirei the merchant, who uncovered that the crafter was a woman named Ari Fatuma. After tracking down Ari's shop and then dealing with her shenanigans, she told you that she had sold the ornament to a man named Mahmud. She even pointed out his village on a map in the most desolate place in the continent of Kepler, the Damawi Desert, Now armed with a location and the most likely suspect, you decided to butter up Kirei and request that she smuggle you all past the west gates of Masai due to the fact that, as Novarian natives, you would all be considered trespassers and likely held for ransom or simply killed if caught in the country of Valera. Kirei successfully smuggled you all in and gave you a 1-week deadline to return to the same point to be smuggled back into Novar. You all began your trek through Valera, taking the off-road path before you finally arrived at the edge of the Damawi Desert. You waited until nightfall to weather the travel through the desert, but found it very difficult still to navigate the mostly featureless landscape, losing your way several times. Each night, you only recovered a little strength, enough to press onward the next night. I should say each day, because you slept during the day. On the second night, you were attacked by a large sandworm in the middle of a dust storm. You conquered the beast and carried on to the next morning to sleep. On the third and current night, with your water spent, most of you began to lose your senses, hallucinating mirages. Several of you even drank sand, hoping to quench your thirst through your hallucinations, hurting yourselves in your confusion. Suddenly, when all hope seemed lost, a pair of pixies showed you the way to some water, or so you thought. But pixies are of course tricksters, and instead led you to an abandoned temple grounds where you were attacked by an earth elemental, a living landslide, and then a granite glyptodont. Battle was fierce and the struggle was uphill, and in the end, you were victorious, but not before Worf was petrified by calcification, a special ability of the granite glyptodont attack. So, here you all are, Night ending and the sun soon to rise on the desert. You still have no water, no sign of the village, and you now carry a dead weight in the form of your party member, Worf. You're beaten, bruised, cut, and desperate, and so far from any semblance of civilization or help. Questions before you all begin?
The worm bleeds, right?
Say that one more time.
I said the worm bleeds, right?
The worm bleeds.
Yeah.
The worm did bleed.
Okay, well, we might have a temporary water source then.
Worm is also
Did we
4
try
hours back.
that already?
I have no idea if we did.
You did not, if I recall.
We did not? Okay.
I don't even think, surprisingly, I don't even think I recall Dan cutting up the worm to consume, because usually he likes to take that.
I just don't know if I ever got the chance to.
I genuinely, I re-listened back to it, and I feel like we just pressed forward, surprisingly. But, yeah, so you can, by all means, if you can remember the way back, the sandworm was a night's travel back, or a day/night.
I don't know.
We
if
already
that's a
moved
good
on.
idea.
Yeah, no, we're not backtracking for that.
Okay. So, Maddie, have we, can you unpause the game so I can, like, move Maroc and everything? Thank you. First, am I able to heal us? Obviously, probably not Worf, but am I able to heal everyone else and do, some, like, medicine checks, essentially?
Oh, of course. You're now, there is no hostilities around you in this temple. Grounds.
All right. So I'm gonna start doing that, and then why don't you guys start? Those of us that are conscious start talking and figuring out. We gotta find water or figure that shit out. I'm gonna first go with Dan. Knowledge. All right, there you go, Dan. God, it's been a hot minute since we've done this. It's gonna be 2d8 plus 10. Oh, that was a crit. 48 plus 10.
Am I still slowed, Matt? Is that like out of combat thing?
Correct. I'm gonna do some digging while you guys discuss, because as of right now, I've given you everything I can, and you need to decipher what you're going to do moving forward.
All right, Dan, you just got that healed. Oh god, that was a shit roll. Oh, that was miserable. Steve, I'm gonna do the same to you. Give me a hot minute.
How do I get rid of slow? Then, if that blasts outside of combat.
I am figuring it out right now, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I just
8 plus 10. Part of me feels like it probably won't, but I could be wrong. That's for you, Steve.
no, sorry. Those who are not petrified, those who are not petrified, you can lose your slow condition after a few moments.
Okay. That 17 is for me?
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go this on myself. This will have been, that's blue, but fine, whatever. And this was 30 minutes at this point. 18, nice. Do I just click heal, Matt? That should do it?
Yep.
Yes.
Myself. Oh, itching. Okay. Okay, so Matt, our surrounding right now, if I recall, we're in some sort of like ruins right now, right?
Essentially, a very desolate, abandoned temple's ruins. There's no standing structures anymore, save for a couple of collapsed pillars. a center basin that you had at first initially thought could be filled with water, but was obviously dried up and bare and empty. And that
What about the
living
probably
landslide
would have
attacked
been
you.
a well? Do I see a well with a 20 perception check?
Unfortunately, you do not, Steve. You look around, and all you just see is more lit landscape, including
Where are these temple people getting their water from?
Well, if it was... okay, hold on a second here.
Well, Steve, what you can surmise is that the giant basin that was in the middle of the temple grounds was probably used to store some water, and or they likely imported barrels of water way back when this temple was in use. But you couldn't determine exactly how long this temple has been eroded away, but probably centuries.
Did we ever determine if there was a hydration factor to our healing potions?
I feel like, Matt, you ruled last time saying no.
Correct, no. Potions should not technically... because one thing that it does specifically say is that the damage that... and the reason I ruled like this, which I've never found anything that said for or against, but the reason I said against is because it does specifically say that the damage you incur from your thirst cannot be healed by any other means besides drinking water. So, assumably, you try to... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, and then I got my...
No, it's fine. It's just finishing the point by reiterating that healing potions can't heal that damage.
Can I try, Matt, to subsist to see? It says I can... you can find enough food or shelter with basic protection from the elements to provide you with a subsistence for living. Again, that's only if I succeed, and you the difficulty, I even have the proficiency. My proficiency is not great. I am only trained. So I don't know what you want to do with that one.
I mean, you can by all means attempt. I will not prevent you from attempting.
Okay. The environment, I cannot hunt prey, unfortunately. So
with a 17, you're pretty much as dead on your feet as you were originally. You feel like you could probably scour the sands themselves for maybe some scorpions to eat, but beyond that, just the same
water.
as always, no water that you can see at your current position. You do know. Actually, you don't know anything. Never mind.
how far are we fatigued right now, Matt? Are you allowing us to do exploration activities?
We're not currently fatigued. No.
All right, Dan, Steve, is it a possibility that the fairies know where some water is at? So if we were to track them down, I mean, granted, at this point in time, they have at least an hour, possibly an hour and a half, ground on us. But we could possibly track them down, or even Steve, you might be able to go a little ahead of us if I get you started. Thoughts on that?
Do you know which way they went?
Can I go ahead and...
Actually, specifically, Dan does know where they went, and I will only tell Dan this. Dan. They went west-northwest.
West-northwest. Wait, which direction will we be traveling this whole time anyways?
Or sorry,
point.
I'm sorry. They went west-southwest. Your direction you're supposed to head is west-northwest. Sorry. But again, that was only for Dan. No one else.
Do we know how
the
far?
direction it's like I know they went that way, but it's a little off course.
We're
Do we
heading...
know how far we are from where we're trying to go?
I don't think we do. I can do a check on that. Matt, just to recap, how many days has it been since we left that one middle ground city.
So, you left Kirei on Aristus the 13th. It is currently Aristus the 16th.
We left Kirei.
Kirei
On
at
the 15th?
On the 13th.
13th, sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once, guys. We left Kirei on the 13th, and it is currently, what did you say, the 16th?
The 16th, yes. Also, hello, Tony's sister.
Hey.
I just wanted to double check because I think we even discussed, like, should we even just try and double back? And we were like, we don't even think it's going to be worth it. We might not even make it. Dan, do you end up telling?
Oh yeah,
Marauder?
I mentioned it.
Okay, so Matt, can I try and at least sense direction? On,
of course.
Would it be sense direction? Oh, no, it would be track. I want to track.
Want to track? Sure.
Yes, because I'm trained in survival.
Does that help you track a flying?
Oh, fuck. Good point. That would probably be like a fucking, like,
Master.
Legendary. Yeah, or okay, master, sure, whatever. But yeah, I'm not even close to that. Fuck. So
however, he did point in their direction, but yeah, sorry.
We do have a direction. Okay. We can just keep trying and see if we can spot the little buggers.
True. Let's just try that. So you told
who's carrying Worf?
I think we need to leave. I think we need to leave Worf. Because, hold on, do we know, Matt? Did I successfully do a recall knowledge to know, like, about, like, how he's petrified and how long it will be?
I don't remember if you even made a knowledge check on that.
I did make them in combat. I couldn't remember if I did it afterwards.
I can.
That's fine. I'll just do it now again. You want nature from that, right?
I mean, I'll take whatever you're willing to give me.
23. Oh, and I probably should add 2 to that, so 25.
Are you trained or expert in medicine?
In medicine?
Yes.
Expert in medicine. But I did nature as my skill check.
I understand. I would prefer you to give me a medicine check as you're looking over war. If you're recalling knowledge,
no problem.
You're thinking, okay, the granite glyptodont, they're terrifying beasts. You remember from a past life.
Are you okay if I consider, since I was doing this, can I consider it my hunted prey? On like when I was like
the medicine,
doing that, or no?
No, because the medicine check is on Worf.
Okay,
unless you're gonna hunt prey on Worf.
Well,
but that's perfect.
Meant like to, yeah.
Either way, so you're channeling through your head. You're thinking, okay, the granite glyptodont. You don't have a good enough indication. You know that its attacks will cause petrification, but as you feel Worf up and down, the actual petrification that has occurred in his body, you can feel it's almost like it's calcified, like it's a bone almost. It's not quite rigid like stone yet, but it is breakable. But you can feel that it's slowly softening, in that he may as just as well break out of this within 24 hours.
Okay. If we take Worf, it's got to be one of us who can move really fast and take him. So either Dan or Steve. I don't think I can carry him. I'll slow us down.
I can carry him. But there's something I want to pass on to you first. I'll give him some of my boluses. It's like, when we catch up to those fairies, odds are you might be able to catch 1 or 2 of them like this.
Okay.
Have it at the ready.
So, Dan, are you going to be carrying Worf then?
Yeah, I'll grab him.
Okay. Are you going to carry him or drag him? If you carry him, let me put it this way. If you carry Worf, you can move at whatever speed you would move at if you treat him as 6 bulk. If that would over encumber you, you may instead drag him and treat him as 3 bulk, but you would move at half your speed.
Can I be silly and put him on my shield and lash the shield to my back and just kind of glide him through the sand?
No, you cannot ride Worf.
No. Like, he's resting on top of the shield as basically as
A sled.
the sled. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan?
I mean, I have my whip, and I could give it. Well, you probably have rope, so never.
I like
no.
the idea of what Patty heard there instead.
Yeah, I immediately assumed you were gonna fucking shield like this was fucking Tears of the Kingdom. You were gonna fucking
That's what I was thinking,
unite Warp to your shield and then do yeah. But actually, that is, you know what, Dan, that was so smart that I didn't even consider that as an option. That. Give me a quick crafting check, only because I just want to see how good or bad you really throw this together. But yes, if you be with that, good enough. You do it doesn't look great. It doesn't need to look great. If it works, it works. If it works, it ain't stupid. Get Worf attached to your shield, and you lay the shield down on the ground, and you are able to drag him through the sand with little to no encumbrance to your movement.
All right. Let's get the show on the road.
Dan. Wait, do I start you all at 1 hero point or 3 hero points? I think
It's up to you. I think you did 3 last time, but normally it's 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 1. Everybody has 1 hero point. Dan, you have 2 hero points for that.
Hey, I'm cool.
So either way, so you guys are, you have Worf on your shield. Dan, you're dragging him behind you. Steve and Marak, where are you guys heading?
We're going whatever direction that I'm going whatever direction that Dan mentioned.
Heading towards the ferries, so west by southwest.
Okay, perfect. Only problem is that as you guys do start your trek, you notice the sun is starting to rise, casting its light across the vast desert, the heat slowly starting to rise across the sands.
Take off all our clothes to reduce the damage.
I'm sorry.
I've seen the heat rise, you said?
I think you're just gonna cook your skin anyways. I mean, we've been doing the day camping thing. We can, keep an eye out for a quick spot.
Aren't we time sensitive this time though? Because we're tracking the pixies.
But we're just an hour and a half behind them, so if we can start catching up time, that would be great. I actually agree with Steve though. We probably shouldn't rest. We should just keep going forward.
All right, keep trucking up.
Keep pushing it. Maddie,
yes.
While we are walking, are you okay? Is it, by the way, what day is this? Is it still the same day?
No, it is now Aristus the 18th.
I thought you just told me it was the 16th.
You did.
Oh my, no, it's Aristus the, oh, sorry. No, it's Aristus the, didn't I say this? Hold on.
Don't lie to us, Patty.
Today is Aristus the 17th. You're right. I'm sorry, Marak. Yesterday or overnight was the 16th. It is now the morning of the 17th. It is
we
now
have not rested yet.
Correct. You are now fatigued. With day,
all of us?
Yes, of course, all of you, except for Worf because he's petrified.
Yeah.
He can't even fucking.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Anyways, but yes, all 3 of you are now considered fatigued. And in fact, do any of you have a Constitution modifier of 1 or less?
Before it goes into the next day, I'd like to have done something. I wanted to.
Well, I mean, you heard me say that the sun is rising. So what do you want to do?
Okay. So are you letting me use, like, I have a wand that can only be activated once a day. I wanted to use that wand as a healing wand before
yeah, that's fine.
Day.
Well, yes, it is. Go ahead and use it, Marak.
Okay. I will use that motherfucker then. Who is? Oh, yeah, that's a good stream.
I muted myself, but
No, I like it even better like this.
No, that is a bad stream. What are you talking about? Thomas, you need to get your prostate checked. You okay, bub?
fine.
All right, go ahead and yes. Who are you using it on? What are you doing with it?
I'm using it on Steve.
Okay.
Wait, it's level 2, so it's 2d8 plus 16.
All right, we're back in business.
21, Steve.
21.
This
to
is a
Steve.
little bit of a shy stream. You don't have to be mean about it, Matty.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Hey, that was legitimately out of concern. If your prostate is having issues, you need to get that checked.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. Stags with.
I'm sorry, we're getting to that age where if inevitably within the next 7 to 10 years, we're gonna have
Hold
a finger
on.
up there, okay?
Why are you saying
Do we
this
have a new
to us?
sponsor? It's leading into a pitch.
All right, You Care has finally donated. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
All right,
So,
are you done
so
with
the
your
next
wand?
day we're traveling.
Yes.
Yes, I'm done with my wand.
Okay, it is now the next day.
Does Thomas?
The sun is starting to rise. The sun is starting to get hot. Does anyone here have a constitution modifier of 1 or less? So 1 or 0. 0 to 1 modifier. Does anybody here have a constitution modifier of 0 to 1?
I'm guessing I don't have to worry about this, right?
You are petrified. You do not have to worry about it.
Okay, yeah.
Nope.
I have 0.
Okay. Maroc. The pain of thirst is parching your throat. You feel as if your tongue is swelling up, suffocating you. Every breath you draw, straining against you. The first hour of travel this day, you have taken 2 damage.
Okay.
You will continue to take damage per hour until you can find water. The sun blazes mercilessly overhead as you all traverse that seemingly endless expanse of the scorching desert. Tracking after those pixies. The air shimmers with the heat and the dry, arid landscape stretching out once more in all directions, devoid of any sign of life, including your pixies. The relentless sun beating down on you, sapping your energy, causing the mirages to once again dance on the horizons, really drawing especially Maroc in, teasing you with those illusions of oasis and relief.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Please, interrupt me.
Can we hustle? And I mean like in game. Like I mean like can we start like moving faster? I know there's mechanics for it. I wouldn't know where to start looking them up right now.
Here is
Are we allowed? Good.
Is hustling not an exploration activity?
God damn it, it probably is.
You are fatigued.
Fuck.
You cannot move any faster. Not only that, yes, don't forget, all 3 of you are fatigued, so any exploration, tracking, anything, really the only thing you can attempt right now is subsisting. The only problem is that in a vast, mostly featureless desert, you need a master in order to subsist properly.
Fuck.
With,
God damn it.
So with each step of those shifting sands seem to conspire against you, making this difficult terrain on top of your fatigue. Eyes glazed with fatigue and desperation, constantly scanning the barren landscape for any sign of salvation. Each passing minute feels like an eternity, and the dunes seem to stretch endlessly ahead. The first hour passes, and that sun beating down against your neck causes so much pain and discomfort that unfortunately all 4 of you are taking 2 points of damage from the heat. The hour is likely around the 11 o'clock, barely yet noon. I feel like I heard Ryan say something.
Same.
Ryan muted himself.
If I take my clothes off, will I not take the heat damage?
Removing your clothes would reduce. Ryan and I talked about this last night, and I suggested that yes, if you want to remove your armor, you may reduce the heat damage.
I still think it's weird you made me act it out though too, Matt.
No, I don't think it's weird at all, Ryan.
Wait, do it again for us. I need a visual. Give me a
I just
visual.
don't get it. You're gonna have to act that out, but
What do you
I don't
mean?
understand.
Matt, Ryan
you're only
texted me
taking your
later and
shirt
said
off?
he thought it was weird that you made him do it 3 times. Like that was the weird thing.
Well, I said to show me for once per hour of travel.
he said that after a while. You just stared blankly at him and said, "Again."
Again, I don't see what was weird about it.
He's just trying to be immersed, okay, Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah.
So next time we get to the top of a big dune, can I take out the spyglass and take a look around and see if there's anything different?
Of course. So
I'm taking my clothes off.
I mean, Ryan, I know that's what you're. Why are you narrating that to the rest of the group?
in game, as well as I'm just, method.
So, but yes. So Steve, you remove your armor, and you feel, and by armor I mean your explorer's clothing, and you feel like a little bit of relief. You're still fatigued. You're still struggling to barrel through that sand, even though you're much faster than anyone around you. Dan, Marak, Dan, you watch as you're dragging Worf, the stone-like dwarf, behind you on your shield. You just watch as Steve and Marak just kind of drop to their knees, start ripping their clothes and armor off just to feel the sweet relief of just the air in the hopes that it can cool them down.
A puff of feathers, by the way, comes off as I take off my explorer clothes, and you just see they're like just covered in sweat.
But that is what you see, Dan.
All right. Bit of suffering builds character, doesn't it, friends?
That was how Marak just responded to that.
Dan, you kind of puff your chest out, continue carrying Worf up the next set of dunes. You get to the tallest peak of the dune. You pull out your spyglass. Go ahead and give me a perception. You look, and of course, that sun finally hitting its highest ascent at high noon, casting the light across the dunes, hope waning heavily again. Fatigue has settled deep into your bones, just when death threatens to overtake you. Dan, a distant glimmer catches your eye. With renewed determination, you begin to quicken your pace towards that glimmer that materializes into the oasis you've long been yearning for. Please give me a will check. Dan, in effort to make sure that your eyes are no longer deceiving you, you shake your head back and forth, making sure that what you are seeing is real. And yes, as you start rushing forward, Marak and Steve trying to keep up behind you, you do see those beautiful tall palm trees standing sentinel around a large pool of crystal clear water, their fronds rustling in that breeze. The air carries that sweet scent of moisture, in stark contrast to this dry desert. Finally have found the water that you've all been begging for all this time.
Wait, did you say I was trying to keep up with him?
Yes, Steve, you are all fatigued. You can hardly move.
I think I can still keep up with anybody
It's
in the party.
called fucking role-playing, bub.
Constitution +4, man.
You stripped your clothes off. And you know what? Actually, I do take that back, Steve. I'm sorry. You're right. Marak made it very clear that he stripped his clothes off because he was sweaty and hot. You didn't give me an explanation as to why you removed your clothes.
Yeah, Ryan. Tell us why you took off your clothes.
I mean, he's just doing it.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't realize explanation was required among buds.
You're right, but see,
I'm sorry. I even body shamed you.
No. But that's the problem. In a game like this, context clues only go so far. So here I'm thinking, Steve, that you're stripping your clothes off because of the heat. I forgot that you also like to strip your clothes off because you are the heat.
Better range of motion. I could get longer strides.
That is true.
So my paranoid mind's telling me to look around and see if there's any fairies waiting to do shenanigans.
Yes. As you guys get closer to this pool of water, if you would like to take any time, by all means.
Hey, Matt, not that I think it's going to really come up, but I just want to let you know, apparently I have trackless step. So apparently every time we walk, I can just cover our tracks. But again, who really cares? Because if anyone's following us to kill us.
But let me make sure, cover everyone's or just your own?
Let me double check.
Because I would like to imagine this is like the Jesus, that Jesus poem, like where like, Jesus, you told me that along the way, your footsteps. But when my life hit its hardest points,
when there was one set of footprints,
there was one set of footprints because what's it called again? What do they say? Sandwalkers or no? Fuck. What is it called? Sand people only walk in single file line.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. God. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Matt. That's exactly what it is.
I'm glad you guys were picking up on that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. But okay, you don't need to attempt a survival check to cover your tracks, but anyone tracking you must succeed at a survival check against your survival DC. I'm not seeing if it's for party or individual. I would assume it's just party in general. You cover your tracks.
Well, well, again, is there the exploration tag under it for any reason?
Ooh, wait a second. Damn it. Yes, exploration. Never mind, so it's not happening.
So either way, yeah. So, Dan, you get to this water, and you're just kind of like, and you kind of stare around, and everything it's so white and bright out, and you cannot catch wind of anything around here that could be a trickster or deceiver. Steve, you get there, and you're kind of walking tall and proud because you're naked. But same, you kind of look around this oasis, and you're really not seeing anything. However, what you do see, while you can't do anything about it currently, what you do see is sets of footprints. Many passing travelers have wandered through this oasis, giving you that sense of direction of where you might be able to go moving forward.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure there's something going to miss, so I throw an axe at the nearest palm tree.
Can I drink some water?
Dan, you strike a palm tree. Do you want to roll for damage? Steve, you drink water. You feel your thirst is finally quenched, and you will not suffer thirst damage on your next night.
Can I fill up my canteen or whatever too?
You can fill up your water skin, yes. Dan, you strike that palm tree and you strike it down.
I guess it was a real tree.
I mean, hey, good on you.
Drink the water.
Can I get a fortitude save? No, I'm just kidding. Just,
Oh my God, Jesus.
So yes, but the three of you, assumably, yes, you dropped your knees, you're taking big gulpfuls of this water, and despite the sandy, slightly muddy mixture of this standing still, stagnant water, essentially, it still rehydrates you and it brings you a semblance of life back into you.
I'm not lying when I say this. I technically have 2 water skins. I am filling up both those motherfuckers.
I believe you.
After drinking.
You
Are we able to get into Worf stuff? Like, can we take out his water skin and fill his up?
God.
You know,
I am
stone with them.
I'm going to say yes. I doubt his whole backpack would be. I mean, if he were like a druid, that would be one thing, but I feel like it would just be literally his bones seized and locked up. So yes, you can access his water skin. As you guys kind of like clean up and wash up, you do see just poor Worf standing stock still, tied to his shield.
Dip me in.
I was gonna ask that. When I did my medicine check a while ago, do I notice as like Worf, are his normal body functions still going? Like, does he need to access water?
Okay. So yes, in the sense that your medicine check did realize that, like, because as I explained, quite literally, like, his skin and bones have quite literally solidified, but his internal functions are still technically maintaining his body. He does still have, or I should say, you feel a semblance of it. Really what you were doing is you were feeling kind of his soul almost. You were stretching beyond the material plane as you were inspecting him. Medicine, you got such a high critical success that you could feel that. But anyways, point being is, yes, Worf does still look like almost a stone slab, so I don't know. Good luck trying to pour water into him.
Yeah, kind of just very gingerly. I don't know if you want me to roll anything for that, just to be like really careful on that.
I will say, before we even got to that, I was really like in the back of my mind, I was almost imagining Dan the human just grabbing handfuls of water and just throwing it at Worf to see if it would do anything for him. But that was all for me. That was, none of you even brought that up, so don't worry about it. But yes, either way, so you gingerly do what to Worf? Besides kiss him on the lips?
Taking some water from my water skin and pouring it in his mouth, and then I'm gonna refill.
So when you do attempt that, you see that most of it kind of just trickles past his lips and falls to the ground. He has really no hollow opening there. In fact, you still have no idea how he's really maintaining livability, but yeah. Either way, you attempt it, you don't really see anything worthwhile for you, so you just move on. You do refill his water skin. You guys now have both plump bellies full of water and plump water skins.
Okay. And I go ahead and do a round of healing on all of us. I'm assuming still can't do Worf or anything?
Correct. Worf is, as far as you can tell, technically somewhat of a stone statue. With just softer than stone skin.
Okay. It's not
now,
medicine.
I will say, so while Marak, who are you going forward to first?
When you succeed with the battle medicine or treat wounds, the target regains 5 additional HP. Oh, okay.
That is
perfect.
not the question I asked.
No. I was reading something myself. Go ahead. What were you? Ask the question again. I apologize. Go ahead.
Marak.
Who am I healing first?
Correct.
I'm gonna heal myself first because the rest of these guys seem okay, and I'm hanging up by a thread here.
You're fine. Second of all, Dan, I apologize. I want to go ahead. Jeez. You know what? No, I'm still gonna give it to you. Dan, take another hero point.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I meant to give it to you earlier when you were talking about the sand dune, and pulling out your spyglass and just being more focused on water than anything. Well, I guess you were focused on the fairies, but whatever. So, Marak, who are you patching up? I'm sorry.
Myself.
Okay, so, perfect, Marak. While you are patching yourself up, and you're spending the 10 minutes kind of bandaging yourself, Dan and Steve, may I please have a perception check?
Very well.
Just so nice.
Oh.
Okay. From the skin of your teeth, Dan. Steve, you are too preoccupied with whatever you're doing. Either it's bathing yourself, drinking more water, or just kind of taking a breather while you're waiting on Marak to patch himself up. Dan, of course, always at the ready, always at the guard, watching your surroundings for any threats. And sure enough, you do see 2 Valeran civilians with their camel start approaching the oasis. They're probably at this moment about 300 feet out.
Laren, these are
All
not
Dan
our countrymen.
All Dan knows is that they are Valeran civilians.
But the Valerian people are not our countrymen, correct?
Correct. Yes, you are Novarians in Valera. Novarians in Valera.
Got it.
We have friends incoming. Well, maybe friends. There's people on the horizon. They have a camel.
We should definitely hide.
Marak, you can continue. I was going to say, Marak, I will allow you to continue your medicine check if you decide you wanted to hide.
Oh, is this with I'm in the middle of the 10 minutes healing right now?
Yes.
Oh. Shit. Okay. Then one of you guys, you should grab Worf. We should hide. All right, I'm gonna go dip around some. Is there any
There's a lot of brush.
No.
Brush. Good.
Okay.
Good point. No, there are no ruins around that you can see quickly in time. I don't need a perception check. I'm just gonna say, you do a super quick glance to try to find your options. All you can realistically see is some brush within this oasis. Or, if you're really risky, you could swim to the bottom of this small pond and hope that you can hide your body.
Yeah, Marak's not gonna do that shit. He's gonna go into some brush and he's gonna try and hide in some brush.
Okay. Steve and Dan,
how
what
many
are
people you said are there?
Two.
Hide too.
Two are approaching.
I'm gonna hunt prey on the closest one.
Okay. So 2 are approaching. Marak, I need a stealth check from you. Steve, you hop in some brush. You feel very confident at your position. You feel like you should be able to pretty much practically be unseen from anyone. Marak, you also hop into some brush. You feel okay. It's not your best work, but you had limited time to really assess the situation and take care of your positioning. Dan, what are you doing? These travelers are probably about 150 feet out. Haven't really said or noticed you quite yet. But your clock is ticking.
The knocked over palm tree is just right next to the lagoon or oasis, right?
Correct, yes.
I'll drag Worf over there and I'm just gonna sit on the log and start sharpening my axe.
Beautiful. So Dan, you bring Marak, you bring Worf over to the log, you sit, you start sharpening your axe. You realize that these are just 2 civilians. Give me a quick perception check, actually. But yeah, as they're approaching, they're wearing I shouldn't even say typical, because you really don't know too well what Valerans look like. You don't have their lore. But they are wearing atypical clothing, something you aren't used to. It's something you've never really seen in your day-to-day travels. You're trying to see if they're armed, but gosh, with the flowing robes and silks all around them, you couldn't even tell if they even had items to begin with on them. They get it close to you, and the first one, it's a male and a female human with a camel, and the male looks at you and says, "Hello, traveler."
Hail, wanderer.
Looking a little, yes, thank you, Marak, I know. You're looking a little out of place here. You lost your way?
Absolutely.
Where are you trying to go?
Where is the nearest city?
Well, the only city in this desert is gonna be the Valeran city.
Well, then that's where I'm trying to go.
Well, look like you're from around here much.
If I told you a pair of pixies got me lost in this forest, would you believe me?
Forest?
Because that's definitely what happened.
No, not unnecessary, Marak. It's very, very obvious. Sorry. What, Dan?
Not one anymore. I cut down the trees, obviously.
At this point, I would... Give me a diplomacy check. Ooh, fuck. All right. Wow, exactly the DC. It was literally 15, so... Well, I'm sorry to hear about the pixie situation. They are quite tricky little buggers. Unfortunately, you are at least several days before you would reach the great capital city. I believe if you head in this direction, and he points a little about northwest from where you guys are currently standing. You wouldn't know that because you don't have a compass right now, but that is the direction he's pointing.
I do have a compass now.
Oh, you have it out right now in your hands, looking at it?
I don't have it out right now, but
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
but honestly, I was gonna pull up my compass and actually mark on the compass with a bit of chalk which direction he points in to try and make sure it's precise.
Okay, good point. Okay, fair is fair. But either way, so he points northwest. He says that there is a small village, probably about another day's travel that way. I believe it's called Ashdod. We're actually on our way through it right now. Well, actually, no. I believe we need to make a different pit stop, but they are going to be the closest village. But from there, you might be able to at least get resupplied. Are you lone by yourself? What is that statue you're carrying?
He's one of my friends. Unfortunately, he was felled or morphed or magicked. I don't know, pixies, worm things. Are you familiar with worms that turn things to stone? It's dead. But
I'm
not before it worked its foul magic on him.
The man and the woman look at each other like, what the fuck? Friends with a statue? Okay. Good day to you. Good day to you, sir. Good luck. And they proceed beyond actually first they do stop at the oasis. The camel does take a drink. The two refill some water skins. And they begin leaving.
Many blessings on your travel, and probably don't come the direction I came from. Bad luck that way.
Most thanks. Marak, you are able to finish patching yourself up, and the passerbys do leave.
All right, Marak kind of scampers on out.
Give him a thumbs up, like, I'm good at this, right?
Yeah, you're good. You know, there was a second there where I was like, maybe we should knock them out and take their camel. But I'm pretty sure Steve would have been a little upset with me. So you're welcome, Steve.
Can they see me?
Hold on.
I just ended up pointing in a random direction. I don't know if I can see you.
Actually. Well, I'll tell you real quick. Hold on, because Marak would be the only one potentially able to see you. Perception, no. So yes, Marak, you kind of right, Steve, and you kind of point in the general direction of the brushes, but definitely do not know where Steve is.
Here I am. I pop up.
This is for Dan. Oh, brutal. Okay, not a critical failure, just a regular failure. So, sorry, Dan. I'm gonna get Steve here too. That was 10 minutes.
Those of you who are not naked,
So
Dan. Well, it says Marak, but whatever. No, but Dan. Even though you're splashing yourself with water, unfortunately, the desert itself is still very hot and humid. Unfortunately, just the heat of the air around you does deal another 4 damage.
Wow, that's fine.
But you guys are still fatigued, and it is probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon at this moment. Well, 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this moment.
It's for you, Steve.
Thank you.
Why don't we set up camp here then? We have water at least. We should probably rest, and then we can start heading to that village that they talked about.
What they call it, Oshkosh?
Bagosh.
No, are you serious?
No, it's called Ashdod.
Okay. I was gonna be like, don't fuck with me, man. Like, I didn't hear it that bad. Wait, okay, what is it called? To be serious.
I'm just gonna put it. Ashdod.
Okay. All right. Okay, I wasn't that Oshkosh is a
Ashdod.
Ashamud.
Shut up. Shut your ass.
Mayo Dodd.
Alright, let's go to Ashdod.
Okay, well, let's rest. We should definitely rest, though. Because we're fatigued.
Chop up the palm tree into a lean-to for a bit of shade.
Oh. I mean, you would need...
Can we just
Crafting's not an
under the
exploration task, right, Marak?
bushes or
Yep,
something?
it's not now.
Wait.
Go ahead, what did you say, Ryan?
Could we just lay under the bushes or something for shade?
Either way, I'll allow it, Dan. You're a strong, capable human being. You're able to do whatever you want to that. It's not gonna look good, but form or function over form.
Technically, crafting is not an exploration activity.
I don't think it is.
But repairing is, and he's not repairing
He is making.
our fort. He's making it, so we're good.
Like I said, it is function, not form. But you've built yourself a nice little place to keep out of the heat and keep yourself cool, Dan. How are you guys gonna handle this? You all gonna go to bed? Gonna break up in watches?
I'll take first watch. Marak will take first, and then while he's doing that, he'll heal himself and then be healing the rest of the party.
Fair enough.
Is there a... Thanks, Lord. Thank God. Actually,
Yeah, can we just dress Worf up like a scarecrow and have him take all the
I wasn't gonna do that. But yes, we're definitely gonna do that. Yes, 100%. 100%. Yes.
I love it.
Also, I am gonna put my clothes back on.
Okay.
I'm not.
Because now that Barack has water, he's just like, meh.
I will say,
So-
if you do decide to at least keep your feet and legs in the water and splash yourselves frequently enough, you will, I won't make you suffer extreme heat. But moving forward, so Marak. So Steve and Dan, you go ahead and crawl into the little lay that Dan built, and or at least get in the shade of it. And
Matt, what will you do if I put on my winter clothing?
And actually, Marak, I did learn something. In that in unconsciousness rules, you technically cannot heal them without waking them up as well.
Oh, really? While I'm doing a medicine check,
You cannot heal them, or it will wake them up.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's wild.
Shit.
Anyways,
I mean, that doesn't make sense, I guess. Okay. Then
if
I'm
you're
just gonna heal
constantly
myself.
rubbing them.
Hot.
Either way,
Oh.
so Marak, assuming you're gonna take 3 hours, 3 and 3 would, or I should say 4 and 4. Yeah, it would have to be 4 and 4 because Worf is asleep.
I'm healing myself.
Yeah, that's fine. In your 4 hours of sleep, or of watch, you... Nice. In your 4 hours of watch, surprisingly, not a whole lot of foot traffic wanders through this oasis, except at one point, you do see some approaching men. It looks like at least a party of 3. They are approaching.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can get any other like details on it?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
And this is, god damn it. Hold on a second here. Hold on. This is after I've already done my medicine and everything, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is midway through your watch when you really doing nothing else.
I'm doing a hero point on that shit.
Okay.
I want a hero point.
Fair enough.
I'm using a hero point. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
So, Marak, you do look at them, and they definitely do not look good. In fact, they are definitely armed. Now, what kind of faction, what position, who they are, it's impossible for you to tell based off of your lore of the land. However...
What did you mean when you said not good then? Like, is it like the situation is not good for me?
Oh, correct. Yeah,
Because
it's definitely not good for you, because they could very well be guards. They could be bounty hunters. They could be bandits. They are definitely a party, a group of, a motley crew of some kind.
Hey, can I roll a recall knowledge check then on someone?
For sure.
Like, see if I can recall anything.
By all means.
I'm trying to look. I'm probably not going to use Tengu lore. I'm just going to do it and do society in general. And then I'd like to hunt prey on whoever is the person in lead or whoever seems to be like in charge.
Yep, I'll accept that with
Sure.
your perception check.
21. Oof, that's not great.
The best you could, you're like digging in your head. They don't look like your typical Valerian military troops that you would have seen on escorts through the towns that you've frequented, but your best guess would be they're likely some type of bandits or some type of rogue group. Either way, yes, you can definitely tell one of them is definitely the meanest of the bunch, and you have hunted your prey.
And there's 4 of them.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. Okay.
Yes.
We in the middle of the day, right? So
It
it's
is
bright light
about
out.
probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, correct.
Bright light out. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start waking up Steve and Dan, but when I do, like, cover each of their mouths and like put my finger up to my mouth, go shh, and then kind of point. Yeah, and I'm gonna point to these guys that are coming up and go and like put my finger up to their throat and go and like make like a really worried face and say bandits. And, like mouth bandits really quietly.
Yeah. God, I wish I could make you roll something for that. But I won't.
Yeah, you can. You want me to do like society or something?
No,
Or
I'm
to
not
like
gonna...
get them to understand?
No, I'm just messing. I just it's like, but no. So
I'm gonna look back, confused, and mouth buddies. Buddies, is that what you said?
But yeah. So Steve and Dan, you are awoken, and Marak has made it clear.
I'm gonna hide again.
Steve, you dash out from the log and into the brush. Go ahead and make that stealth check. You feel relatively confident in your place. I say lamely. Dan, what are you doing?
You know what? We're just gonna relax in the lean-to.
Sounds about right.
Like that, I'm not relaxing.
Marak, what are you doing?
Yeah, Marak is Dan is right by Wharf.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then Dan, I trust that Dan will protect Wharf with his life. I'm gonna go and hide too then. But I don't, actually that's not true. I'm gonna hide as close as I can to Steve because I don't trust him to live.
What? When have I ever
Yeah, I
given
don't-
you cause to think that I would die?
Well,
Don't trust him to live. Okay. I'm rolling. Oh my god. Jeez, Peter. Stealth, there it is.
Okay. Yeah, Marak, you covered the brush confidently well. I never made my Oasis battle map. Oh. I'm gonna put Worf and Dan right next to each other because that's about. Dan, as you're leaning against your lean-to, you do see these three men just kind of jovially talking amongst themselves, and as they cross the threshold in which they would see you, they kind of stop and go, "How's it going, buddy?"
hey, wanderers.
You don't look like you're from around here.
You know, you're not the first person to say that to me today.
Yeah. In fact, you don't even look Valerian. Yeah.
I
You look
quietly whisper to Steve and just go, dude, after that really fucking hard day with the fairies, I hope these guys piss off Dan.
Yeah, you look like you could probably fetch a good old little bounty there. Yeah. I don't know why I'm giving them these voices, but fuck it.
Yeah.
This is great. I like this.
I don't know why these bandits have these very default fucking looks to them, but here you go. So they are probably about 30 feet away from you when they're talking to you, and they pull out their swords.
Guess I'll stand up and heft my axe and be like, so you remember when I said someone asked me that before?
Yeah.
Do you see anything left of them?
Always with the mouths, these ones. Get them.
Wait, I'm gonna pop out. Hey there, my name's Steve. These are my friends here.
Hey, Steve,
How's it going, guys?
roll initiative. And in fact, you know what, Steve? If that's what you want to do, I will totally accept that. Roll diplomacy as your initiative.
Is diplomacy as initiative?
Yeah. You can use whatever skill.
I can roll stealth, I'm assuming, as my initiative.
Sure thing. I might be rolling for other people, and I do apologize. My stuff's moving all
Get
about.
out of here, dice.
I don't
Damn
know,
it.
Worf, if you want to be in this encounter, you can be, but you will have no actions.
Okay. Thank you for the thrilling option.
I'm sorry.
Pardon. Warp uses pardon.
Worf uses harden. It was very effective. Whoa, okay, wow. I didn't expect a couple of the bandits to go first. So the first bandit draws out his short sword and rushes up to you, Dan, and goes ahead and attempts to strike at you. Kill you dead. Does a 23 hit you?
It does not.
Then
24 base AC. I don't know if the fatigue messes with that.
it would be -1.
Peter, did you
Titan?
put your armor back on?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Dan, what'd you say?
Just kidding.
But
Sorry.
it's a tie if I get a -1 from fatigue.
Okay, so it does hit you.
You can do the under effects, Tony. You can add fatigue on yourself. Oh, maybe not.
I can. Here. In fact, yeah, all four of you, technically, would have the fatigued state. There we go. Okay. Does 8 damage to you with his hatchet, and then he comes and swings up one more time to strike you with that same hatchet. Misses with the 12. The next bandit then runs up to you from the sidelines here, whips out his hatchet. Hits you again for 9 points of damage. Swings his little hatchet again, like, yeah, we're gonna take you down, bud. And misses. Marak, you're up.
Which one did I hunt prey on, Maddie? Can you ping them?
The one that first struck Dan.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, dope. Let's have Marak.
There is no grid on this, but I will tell you you're about 30 feet away from it.
That's fine. No, I can see. I'm measuring. Can you not see that I'm measuring? I
nope,
can measure.
but that's fine. Continue.
This is good. I'll go about Earth. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go there.
There's a bird.
That was one action.
It's a plane.
Oh, damn it. You're right. I was hidden, wasn't I? Oh, well. Who cares?
It's a bird plane.
I'm going to do... Is it a line? I think it's only on one here. Can't move against the wind. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do Gust of Wind. And... Yeah, let's cast this bitch. Because I have my Tengu Feather Wand out. They need to go ahead and make a Fortitude?
Yep.
Fortitude save.
The first one will fail. The second one will critically fail.
Yes! Fucking right!
So this one will be
fail.
pushed back 30 feet.
Oh.
Does Dan get an attack of opportunity?
Hold on. And
no, I don't think he did. I don't think
if they move away.
I don't think it happens on involuntary movement.
Yeah.
That's Lancer, is what you're thinking. As long as they move, and also, Maddie, they take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
A creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a range attack, or leaves a square during a move action it's using.
Yeah, so no.
It has to be something it does.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, so what is the... Okay, so, and then the other one is knocked
That was my full turn, by the way.
Okay, so prone and prone. Got it. Dan, you've got a man that just flopped to the ground in front of you.
Well, I guess as long as it's funny, we'll just put my boot on top of his chest and pin him to the ground. So I guess athletics grapple?
Which I believe I have to make a... Yeah, you know what? I'll just... Yeah. Oh, yeah, you've got him fucking... He's pinned. You have him grappled.
All right, Wanderers, how much do you value your friend's life?
Give me, Dan, with that, a intimidation check. Yeah, fuck him. We didn't like him anyways. It's more money for us.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate then.
You have 2 actions left.
I power attack the shit out of him then.
You are probably going to murder him. Show me what you got.
Show me your boobs.
I am pretty positive. Wow, that's not... Oh, that's almost death. But yeah, you fucking just... And he's... just choking on the blood rushing into his lungs.
That wasn't clean. We'll try again next time.
The other bandit is like, get the bird! Get the bird! Runs up to next to Marak with his hatchet out and screaming. Runs up and tries to...
That'll just regular miss.
And then he's gonna try again.
That seems odd. Holy shit!
He's gonna critical instead. So as you dodge out of the way and he goes in to try to get you back a second time, he actually ends up catching you in mid dodge right against the backside of your jaw. And, oops, nope, doesn't hurt himself, but he does hurt you. Steve.
I just realized what it must have looked like to them me jumping out of a bush completely naked, trying to diffuse the situation with words.
I keep forgetting you're naked.
But I guess I'll... Oh, it says I can't move because it's not my turn.
Oh, there. Sorry.
What happened? Did we skip him?
Somehow it skipped him. I don't know why.
Oops.
Is this one that I'm next to now? Is he the one with... Actually, let's go there.
Okay.
Tiger stance. Do that.
Okay. You sound exactly how your character would sound with his fatigue condition. Tiger stance. All right.
Tiger stance again. Why can't I do this?
There, I got it on there for you. You're good.
Oh, all right. And then I guess I'll do flurry of blows on that guy.
Go
The guy
ahead.
beneath, the guy I'm facing. Sorry.
Yes, understandable. Okay. The one that just criticaled against Morocco. Go ahead.
Yes. Does a natural 20 hit?
No, it does not.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, it missed. But roll damage anyways. I'm curious what you would have gotten.
And then also I have stunning fist. So
Oh, yep. Okay, well, I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Well, I will do the second strike. With my flurry of blows, does a 30 hit?
Very much so.
Or is it a critical?
It is not a critical.
Dang it. Alright, just 18 damage then.
Yeah, he's dead. You right into his chest, quite literally stopping his heart. And he just drops to his knees and falls to a slump. Blood gushing from where his heart was pumping. You turn to the last one, and you got one action left.
Oh, I don't. I moved in
Oh.
the tiger stance. and
Yep,
then
you're
I
right,
did
you're
flurry
right.
blows.
So, top of the round. Worf, you used the action Hardened. It was very successful.
Hell yeah.
Great job.
Thank
The
you, dude.
bandit below you is going to try to get out of your grapple, which is, God, I always forget. It's an unarmed strike against his fortitude.
You can do acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Thank you. Good
Oh, wait,
enough.
the guy laying on the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not grappling him anymore. Because I attacked him with my axe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you had him pinned with your foot. You
I
still
know,
have him
but I'm
pinned
waiting
with
for
your
him to
foot?
stand up.
Yeah, once he stands up, then he can do attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Oh, good point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Retributive strike.
Yes, retributive. Yeah, so he's standing up. Go ahead. He's like, I'm gonna get you. You do hit. And you do just like how do you kill him? Dan, as he's standing up, what are you doing to this motherfucker?
Well, you just, you do it nice and clean. The first one wasn't clean, so the second will be clean. You chop off his head and hopefully in the opposite direction of the water.
And it does, and it spirals beautifully and lands into the straight into the sand across the way. The other one is going to go ahead and see. Oh no, he still has resolve. Okay. So with that, he's gonna. No, you motherfucker! That was my buddy Ash. Oh, not Ash, damn it. That was my buddy Abdul. I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. Draws his hatchet. Or, well, he already had it out, but he's running at you. Dan, does 22 hit you?
That doesn't.
He's gonna panic strike with it then. Actually, he can't. Because he had to get up. That's right. So he got up, ran at you, swung and missed. Marak, it is your move.
This guy's dead, right?
Everybody's dead except the one in front of Dan.
Damn it.
he stood up and he's technically, I could have disrupted prey on him. Damn it, Dan, come on.
His head
attack of opportunity
literally is over here right now.
Oh, come on. All right. I'm gonna drop my Tengu feather fan. And then I'm gonna move over here. One action. Hunt prey on this motherfucker. And then I'm gonna shuriken this bitch.
Are you guys ready for his 1d4 plus 4 damage?
Knock it off, Matt. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great, dude.
I can't. Steve, ready your next turn.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. You hit.
Good job.
And I technically get to hit again because I'm doing my quick thing or whatever.
Yep.
God damn it, seriously. 8 damage. Whoa, 8 damage.
Good job.
Hitting again. Fucking wrong. That's what I'm talking about, bitches. Come on.
8 more damage. Woo!
Hey, double digits, guys. I got 16.
Ah, yeah.
I do contribute to the party, you guys.
Your turn. I love it.
I'll do flurry of blows.
All right.
Oh yeah, I can target this guy, can't I?
It's hunted shot, right? That's what I just did.
Ugh. You go in and like you kind of like your first swing is just you just don't have any heart in it because you're so tired.
I'll get it with the second one.
Steve, come on, you can do it.
You criticaled it. You're like, yes, fine, I'll get it with this one.
You don't have to hit him
And
that
you
good.
just destroy it.
And it's stunning fist, so he might be stunned.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's definitely stunned. You accidentally you're like you're stunned. You need to make a fortitude save as you're quite literally pulling his heart out with your fist.
As Steve is doing really awesome at kicking his ass, I just go, "Hey, Steve, you see how good I did? I hit him with my shuriken. Did you see that?" As he's like got the guy's heart in his hand. Do you
I
see
just
me?
give you a thumbs up with the hand that's holding the heart. Great job, Marak.
Thanks, dude. I just wanted to make you proud.
Yeah, you have the horrible mental image you're doing that, but your fist is still through the man's chest.
Thumb just kicks off.
Thumbs up.
Also, I'm still naked. So I'm just, I assume, covered in blood and naked at this point.
It's a bloody wiener, huh?
But I will take a moment to get the bodies out of the oasis dip.
Understandably so.
How far across is the pool?
How far across is the pool? Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good point. I would say it's probably about 60 feet by 100 feet, and probably about at most maybe 5 feet deep, 4 feet deep.
Okay. I'll probably go wash the blood off. I was just worried, is water step something that you can choose not to use? Because if it was small enough, I was worried I would just keep walking across the water before my movement
You're
ran
permanently
out.
Jesus. Yes, you are.
Yes.
You cannot
you
not
can't turn it off.
walk across
you
water.
can't turn it off, man.
So you guys
Sorry.
clean yourselves up, wash off the blood, drink up, get ready back for bed.
I'll put my shirt on.
Puts your shirt on, not your pants though.
just your shirt.
Yeah.
Marak, you finish your watch and nothing else of excitement occurs. What is next?
Are you okay if I do one healing while they're sleeping? Because if it's only 10 minutes and they wake up.
Yeah, go ahead. But who is taking the next round?
I'm gonna heal Dan here.
Okay.
I'll take the next watch.
So Marak, you do wake up Steve, and Steve, you head out of the tent.
Bitch, seriously.
And you kind of look over at Worf, and there he is, as tall and as beautiful of a statue, scarecrow as he can be. And the sun finally sets. Shadows grow long as the light begins to grow dim. 6, 7, so it is probably close to 11 o'clock, and you don't really see much for passerbys anymore, if at all. You didn't see a single passerby with the bandits, surprisingly.
Did we get experience for that?
Yes, I already assigned it to you. It was 80.
Oh.
But as you're about to finish your watch, you see Worf's body glow with a soft white light. Worf, it is a DC of 26. You have 1 hero point, so you have 2 attempts. Make me a fortitude save.
Fortitude?
Hey, Thomas, don't fuck this up.
Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted an extra chance, you should have done something to earn another hero point during this session.
All right, rock and roll. Let's do the hero point.
All right. Wait. Don't roll it.
No, it's too late, Patty.
I'm not counting it.
Seriously, you fucking kidding me?
I'm not counting it. I'm not going to count either of them, because what I wanted to do is I wanted you to secret roll it for me. You don't know how to do it.
Roll?
You don't know how to do that. Ugh.
Are you just trying to make sure I pass it, or
yes,
what?
you can
No.
figure it out.
Go. Give me one more roll. Just give me one more roll.
Just at the bottom. At the bottom, see where the die is, and it says public roll. All right, never mind.
God damn it! I just tried using my biggest modifier just to try and make it and see if you'd even notice. I still didn't fucking make it.
Worf, who do you
Hold on.
believe in?
Patty,
Yes.
this is for real this time.
Thomas, can you do it on the table, please? I need to see it on the table.
Yeah, Jesus. Holy fucking shit, Tom.
Let me make sure that lands on the table.
Yeah.
Here we go. That
Oh
landed.
God! Oh, that was all over the place. God. Worf, who do you believe in as a deity?
God.
You, Maddie.
God. Do you follow a faith, Worf?
I don't believe I do.
Oh, so when you're about to traverse into the past the material plane into the boneyards, and Pharasma is looking down at you and says, you know, who would you like to spend an eternity with in their domain? You would have no one. It's God.
Well, maybe idolized friendships like Steve or something might be there, but that's about it for me.
For narrative purposes, because I feel really bad for you just constantly being a fucking statue who has for the last 2 hours been able to accomplish or do nothing. Steve, you look...
That's water.
Steve, that is true. Worf, you got a +2 to your roll for that. What'd you get? A 24? Perfect! You made it.
Can I do a performance check to try to
Inspire? Some bardic inspiration?
Assist him. Assist the roll with his +2, right?
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna do the worm.
Oh God, Steve. Well, not only is it not a good worm, but it actually is almost painful because the shards of sand are just digging into you as you're just kind of like flopping around.
Oh yeah, I'm still dong out too. So
it's cutting you like glass. Worf, or Steve, you do see though that Worf shines with a ghostly white light. Before
with the power of friendship.
Yes, and sure enough, the features that made him look like marble stone start to slowly peel away until his skin resumes its rather almost peachy brown hue. And Worf, you just take that first gulp of air. Or finally
hold
awake.
on. Did anyone notice? Yeah, and have I understood what's been happening this entire time to me?
Yes, 100%. You know exactly
So
what's you were conscious.
I knew that I was being I was conscious. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stay completely still then.
Can I get a deception roll?
Absolutely.
Oh, Steve,
God.
what's your perception?
Hold on,
I think you're and you
slowly closing things.
Okay, so he has to beat a 22.
Mine's 25. Well, I guess not 21.
Ah, that's so close. So
Dwarf, you're all right.
I'm committing. I'm just standing still. Maybe
I'm just
starting
gonna,
to shake a little bit.
run up to him and give him a big old hug.
Ew.
With his dong out.
God.
I'm gonna lift him up
Covered in
and,
blood too.
and shake
No, I
him
went
around.
I went in the Oasis pool and washed
wait.
off.
I forget, how big are you, Steve?
I'm an elf. I'm
Oh, hell yeah. I'm
medium.
gonna pick you up from the armpits and like toss you up in the air and catch you.
Aren't you a dwarf?
Yeah, but I'm strong.
Okay. Can you reach my armpits?
I think so. I'm over here an elf. I just instantly thought of a hobbit instead. That didn't work at all. I'm still going for it. I'm still gonna toss you.
All right.
I'm hoping you'll ball up a little bit for
I'll
me.
jump a little bit to try to.
The amount of euphemisms you have said already, Thomas. I hope you ball up. I throw him up in the air, and his dong is gonna hit you in the face. Jesus.
Well, I'm just catching him. It's not fucking weird unless you make it weird.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter, Peter.
Steve, has anyone else seen me?
I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
look around. I'll
really
do a perception
tired, buddy.
check to see if anybody else noticed.
Are you conning him, Thomas, so you don't have to do a watch for tonight?
Did anybody else notice that he's awake? Can I tell if anybody else noticed, rather?
You cannot tell if anybody else noticed, but you feel confident that there's no one else around.
Okay. I don't think I can move yet, buddy. I have consciousness, but I don't know if I can move.
You just take a rest.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait, are you on watch right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you should sleep. Is it my turn to sleep? What's going on? Where the fuck are we?
We're at this oasis.
Why am I only slightly parched?
Somebody threw some water down your stone throat.
That's really kind.
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to swallow it and it didn't
Me
just,
too.
like drown you.
Yeah, that would have been really
That was
scary.
bad news.
It would have been. I want you to know that I was conscious the entire time I was a stone.
Oh, then why'd you ask me why you weren't super parched?
I was just seeing if you would lie to me or not, but I was
I
conscious.
would never lie to you.
Everything, Steve.
I didn't do anything weird.
All right, maybe I was asleep for a moment. Had a weird dream. If you want to sleep, I'm good. I could take a watch. What am I watching for? What's happening?
Nothing. Nothing's been happening. I'll go put on some pants and go to bed.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna put on the pants to go to bed?
Yep.
Okay. Several more hours pass. And you're watching, and you know it's so late at night that all you can see is the random vulture. Little critters running through the sand, some drinking. But for the most part, nothing excitement. And it's at that point that, you know, not only does, of course, Steve know that you're watching, but Dan just wakes up naturally, and so does Marak. They both wake up naturally refreshed, but Dan realizing no one ever woke him up. He just slowly opens his eyes, feeling fully rested.
Is the watchman dead? Where is he? Just stand up, look around, grab axe.
You do see. Yeah, that's that's why I'm trying to prompt for Worf there. Worf, what are you doing? Are you gonna continue?
I'm just watching. I don't know.
Well, are you trying to still?
I'm about to be petrified.
Wait, I couldn't hear you through your laughter. Are you or are you not?
I can't decide if it's too dickish for my character to do or not. I want to really badly, but I'm like, would Warp be that big of a douche?
I mean, it's your call.
Alright, I'm still looking out. I'm staying perfectly still.
So Dan, you set up. You look around. Marak is slowly starting to wake up as well. Steve has gone to sleep. And you do look over and you see Worf standing completely still. Worf, can I see a deception check from you?
He doesn't need to worry about that. I immediately run over to Steve, flip him over, and check if he's alive.
I still want him to give me a deception check.
I can't roll right now.
Sure.
You can?
No, it's in no active encounter. Unless I'm,
Oh,
I'm just in the wrong spot.
You're in the skills, yep.
Oh, geez.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, so the reason being, Dan, is that no matter what, yes, even if you were going to go wake up Steve, Worf does look absolutely petrified still. So you run up to Steve, who's sleeping peacefully. What are you going to do to Steve there, Dan? Who's peacefully sleeping?
How do I check if an elf is alive?
Slap him.
Slap him.
I mean, there's no way you're missing it, so yeah, you slap Steve. Steve, you wake up, and you see Dan standing over you.
Are you alive?
10 damage to Steve. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
You punch him awake.
Yes. What's wrong?
Say, I missed my shift. Did you sleep through it, or are you? Oh, obviously you're alive. Okay, you just slept through it, didn't you?
No. I was awake, and then there was a glow around Worf, and I did the worm, and then he's back to being a normal guy. And then he said he'd take the watch.
Look, I know you miss him, but he'll recover eventually. You don't have to.
No, I did the worm. He's fine.
Score.
Hold on.
Sure,
You
buddy.
said breakfast?
I'm gonna
Did you make
walk over to Worf. Look at
Breakfast in the
him.
morning for breakfast since my mother made them. Oh, that was 10 years ago.
Look, I'm walking over to Worf, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, look, he's fine.
All three of you, Worf is... So, Steve, obviously you know the truth, but Worf, to Marak and Dan is definitely a statue.
I'm gonna start doing the robot because I know Worf won't be able to.
I do take my
joining
my
in.
shuriken, and because he's stone at this point, right? And I just go to go, Steve, look, he's gonna get better, and I just go to poke him in the shoulder, like not hard, but just like poke him in the shoulder with a shuriken. Look, he's stone, and like expecting it to like clank a little.
Oh, it does not clink. In fact, you pierce him slightly. Or if you feel a poke of a shuriken into your side, but you also see Steve doing the robot next to you.
Not very well, but not like terribly.
I joined the robot.
And it is flawless.
You fixed him with your dance.
Surprise, buddies.
Yeah, told you.
It was all a joke.
Somebody just had to do the worm.
Is this what they call the worm, and I'll mimic his robot dance?
Oh, this is not the worm, but you're doing great. Wait, what? You gotta roll a performance, man, so we can see.
Yeah, if you're gonna dance, you gotta dance.
Oh. That's, oh, I guess it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah.
It's about as mediocre can be mediocre, which is not bad. It's just mediocre. Worf, as you're trying to do the robot, Marak, it just immediately drops everything and starts rubbing his hands all over your body.
It's like he's like embracing you, and he just like naturally is just like, sorry, Worf, it's just been a couple of hours since I've had my hands on you to like heal you. It sounds really weird. I don't want it to sound weird. I just miss you a lot.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Matt, how do I get my HUD back? I think I accidentally deleted it.
I don't know. I think if you close out and reopen, it should pop back up.
Oh, you mean like get out, leave?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like as in close
I'm
out of your
going to bed,
browser.
guys. See you later.
All right, now the real fun can start. So
There's like a 25% chance that Peter will actually fall asleep while he's.
Okay, that's the guy who literally fell asleep in combat, Ryan.
This is the guy who's fallen asleep almost every other session that we've played.
Yeah, whatever. Never during combat, though.
actually, no, you've fallen asleep during combat at least twice, Peter.
I have?
Yes.
Yeah, I want evidence on that.
Oh,
I won't believe it until there's evidence.
There's Twitch.
I'll believe
22 videos worth of Twitch. We'll find it. Don't worry, bub.
Fuck, how did it get deleted again?
I guess in the meantime, since I forgot to do it before, can I check the bandit bodies for anything useful?
Oh, of course you can. But first off, Maroc.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, you found it? Good. Dan, you do search through the bandits. And
Sorry, 1 second.
oh, you're fine. Dan,
Oh, no, I didn't know if you could hear that really annoying sound or not.
it was, but it's okay. They don't seem to be carrying any gold, surprisingly, for being bandits out in the wilderness. And by wilderness, I mean desertness. But each of them does have a hatchet, a sling, studded leather armor, and 10 sling bullets.
Not even food, eh? No.
Not even full. Oh, sorry, I do take it back. They do have 3 gold piece each.
Well, I guess I'll grab the gold and what's that? 9?
9 gold.
Kill yourself, Thomas. 25.
How do we split 9 gold 4 ways?
You mean 3 ways?
I'll just take 2.
25 to Worf. I'll do it for him.
I'll take 2 also. Give Worf more since
You hardened very
you gotta
well.
look pretty.
He did most of the work.
That's true.
I guess he gets 3 then, and I'll take 2.
Well, there you all stand. Unless
Are you
Maroc is
ready,
gonna
kids?
keep rubbing more hands on bodies, you still have.
Definitely will.
Okay. Well, you can walk and rub.
I'm gonna do that. I touch myself for a little bit.
All right, before we go, were there any coconuts on the tree I felled?
High or low?
Hi.
Yes. There were exactly 4 coconuts on the tree.
Delightful. I'll take them all with me.
You grab 4 coconuts, 4 ripe, ready to consume coconuts.
Did I get a full 8 hours of sleep before we're leaving? If we're leaving?
Yes. Oh yeah, you slept.
Okay.
Everybody slept. They got their time.
I suddenly have a stupid and terrible temptation in my head.
Oh, actually, and Worf is no longer Petra.
So if we cut all these coconuts in halves and bang them together, we'll get there faster, right?
What?
Monty Python.
Well, no. The noise that I heard, like a noise coming through Discord. That was weird. Oh yes, thank you, Ryan, for fucking.
For what? You said what?
Oh, like all your. I just saw Discord when I'm assuming you dropped "Kickstart My Heart" when I said a motley crew of individuals.
Oh yeah. That was me.
Oh, I know it was you. It's only you. So what are you guys doing? You're at this oasis. You just dug through the bodies, took the 9 gold pieces out of the bandits, took 4 coconuts off the tree that Dan had fell, pocketed them. Worf or Marak, you've been slapping everybody with some healing. Steve and Worf, just been doing your thing. It is about, if you would have to hazard a guess, at least about as middle of night as possible. I mean, it's near hard to say, unless any of you has a lunar chart.
I guess,
But
as long as I'm looting the bodies, like, do they have Navarian clothes on themselves?
yes, their studded armor would be considered, oh no, not Novarian, but Valeran.
Or, yeah, Valyrian, sorry.
Yes, they do have Valeran. Their studded leather armors are Valeran.
Well, boys, do you think we'd blend in a little better if we dressed to match?
How many outfits are there?
3.
3?
Are my robes like Novarian
Yes,
specific?
correct.
I don't want to wear armor. I'm not wearing armor.
Good, you don't have
Could
to.
you just go in just underwear?
He could gird up his loins and just rock just
I
some
feel like
loins.
that would draw more attention.
In the desert, though? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm talking when I should.
I mean, I don't know. When we get to this town, if I'm just walking around without any clothes, I feel like that's going to get more attention than.
Well, I guess that's right. We're getting a little town stop in the way. Might be better to just get clothes there instead of funny armor. Whatever. Are you ready to move?
Yeah, let's just move. By the way, can we wash ourselves off if we had any blood on us? So that way we don't walk into this like tiny village, Ashdod, all bloody and everything.
Can do whatever you wish.
I'm gonna wash myself off. Do you need me to roll anything for it, or just I just do it?
You just do it. Do you have soap?
Then.
Here, you can borrow mine. I give
Oh,
him
you have soap, Tony?
I mean, the basic adventure kit comes with it, yeah.
Oh, I do not have any. Okay, perfect. I use some of Tony's soap and I wash my bird feathers.
All right, somebody clip that now and send it to Paizo and let them know somebody finally used the soap in their inventory.
for a legitimate reason other than just avoid being smelly.
Well, I just in game in general, no one has probably ever cared about. Well, do you have soap? Anyways,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
so you guys,
I'm a fighter, not a barbarian.
exactly. That is very good point, Dan. You are a fighter, not a barbarian. You have some respect to your name. So as I said earlier, just to remind you all, because I mean, even through your scuffle and through your misdeeds, you are adventurers after all, and sure enough, you do know the first thing to know how to cross through a vast, desolate landscape would be to follow some tracks. And so sure enough, yes, through the oasis, there are very clearly defined tracks leading to and from, well, I should say leading from and from both directions of this oasis, one to the northwest and one to the southeast south.
Which way did the people say Ashdod was? Northwest, right?
Oh, the compass. Where did I put the mark?
Yeah, you marked it on the compass.
Dan, you look at your marking, and sure enough, yes, the tracks do match the northwest direction.
We have
Your
a heading.
compass. So you
And
guys
I guess
begin
we'll
traversing,
go. Yeah.
and you feel quite rejuvenated. You feel quite more accomplished. You feel full of water and full of life again. You cross through dune after dune, and it feels even easier than ever before. You have now acclimated to this type of terrain in a way. But as you cross over more and more sand dunes, you finally find, nestled within this horrible expanse of a desert, a small village. The village has only several huts and a wooden gate, hardly effective at keeping predators at bay. But you can see several Valerans walking about, doing their daily business. The smells of cooked meats and the slight chill of cool water pass through the air over you, giving off the feeling of being content. You have finally found your first bit of civilization. It is about just starting to show a glimpse of light across the sky. Your best guesstimate would say it's probably about 5 a.m.
It's a bit weird to show up in a town this early in the morning, isn't it?
How big of a town is this?
You're talking... I mean, Nurstrand is a city compared to this little village. We're talking...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's... I mean,
So
you're
people
talking...
might be alarmed by people rolling up.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
you're
dark.
talking maybe a population of, if you could guesstimate, maybe a population of 30 at best.
30? Jeez. Okay. Well,
Gosh!
Well,
Wow!
we'll try our luck and go.
just trying to get into character here.
Try our luck and see if there's anything resembling an inn or a tavern.
Not at all. In fact, they all look like the same thatched huts. Obviously of differing sizes based off of the leathers of the animals that were used to create the roofs over these huts. But you're talking, I mean, like if any of you've played Final Fantasy X, I'm talking like Besaid Island level of civilization. There is clearly like maybe 7 or 8 huts.
Is there any reason for us to go here?
We can try to buy clothes to blend in with the town.
Is there like a clothesline with last night's washing out anywhere?
Not that you could see through the walls immediately.
Worf, the other answer to that question is, do we know exactly in the direction where that big city was? Did they tell us?
We don't need to go to the big city. We're going to the camp of Mahmud, right?
Oh, that's right. Do we even know where that is?
We have a
Mahmud's-
general direction,
A
right?
direction and a compass. Wasn't that what... Oh, I wasn't alive at that moment, so never mind.
Well, no, you would have been alive when we were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
never
me.
mind. Isn't that what the directions that were given Dan were? Or am I dumb?
No, that was to this town from the oasis.
Oh, we could also just ask people to go in like normal. It's just little towns.
Ask them, hey, there's this rebellion that's going on, and these people that are like against
sure,
your
they probably
kingdom.
know about it, right?
But they might not know where it is, and they definitely wouldn't want to give people dressed in hostile nations.
Well, maybe we take these fucking clothes off then, go in, and see
Dong thing out.
offer them some help dealing with these people, or that were from some guild that's been sent to eliminate them.
Why don't we at least? These are probably just like regular like farmers. They're probably not going to know much
Yeah,
anyway.
well, they don't even fucking care.
Bunch of regular jack-offs.
Well, maybe one of them has a map.
That's true. They could have a map, and we can at the very least like. How long have we been traveling, Matt? Like, do we need to possibly rest here?
How long have you been traveling tonight? Maybe.
Yeah, tonight.
Maybe
Since we
2 to 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Am I supposed to be picturing this not really civilized at all, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's literally. I mean, it's probably a population of about 30. I mean, it's just a
Like,
small.
do I think these people give a like fuck about the politics around them, or are they just like living life out here?
I will let you decipher that yourself. You need to make that decision. It's a
We got
small
farmland we're seeing
camp.
right now, you said?
It's not even a farmland. It's quite literally, it looks like there's an oasis that people have built a wall around and started building to live.
The fuck do they do in here? How do they eat? What do they ship food? They gotta do something. Oh, there's a wall here? Maybe let's camp outside here and wait. And then maybe let's see if we can enter in. Maybe they can tell us some stuff. I mean, that seems kind of civilized. They got a wall here.
Seems fair enough.
So Matt, I'm in part of team. Let's just wait it out until sunrise and then go see if we can go in and talk to some people.
Okay, fair enough. So,
Rest, are you cool with that?
Sure.
I agree with this.
so what are you guys doing? Are you setting up an actual tent to rest in? Or are you just gonna hang out on these dunes and stare at the town?
I think I'm just gonna. God, what seems less weird? Yeah, I'll start like hanging out with the tent. Like we'll get the tent out and make it seem like we're like kind of camping out and just kind of waiting. I feel like standing seems creepier. Like we're ready to like pounce on them.
And then, did you use the You did not. Okay, never mind. I'll do it for you. All right. So yes, now Dan and Worf have rested. And Marak, did you use the rest for the night? Feature?
No, I did not.
I got it for you.
Thank you.
Everybody has rested for the night. So yeah, you're all full healed. But okay, I'm sorry, Marak. So you guys are just kind of, you're doing what again? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to kind of just get the tent out and just kind of wait until sunrise because there's probably going to be a guard, maybe, or at least someone we can talk to at a gate. Do we see a gate, like a very clear, like this is the entrance area?
Yeah. I mean, so the wall itself is maybe at best 8 feet high. You can clearly see over it, just logs. Just palm tree logs. You can clearly see, like, yeah, they've got like a good maybe 15-20 feet gap for like where people would walk in, and another 15 to 20 feet gap where they would walk through or out. It's a clear like one street road. So it's very obvious like how you can get in and out and through. As you're looking at it, everybody give me a perception check, in fact, actually. While you're trying to scope out this little town that you may or may not do some misdeeds to, why don't you see how well you can see?
I have nothing but the best intentions.
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, Worf and Marat, I mean, Steve, yeah, it's a small town. Dan is, you could take him. But Worf and Marat, yeah, once again, so this is definitely not like any type of town you're normally used to. I mean, in fact, this seems more like an encampment than an actual village. Definitely something that it seems like some people found this place because there was a body of water, so they just built something to just live in. From there, yeah, it doesn't seem to be anybody's out patrolling. You do see some women having already woken up and starting to do like their very, very, very early morning chores. Beyond that, it's about as civilian as you could expect to see it, except for Marak. You do see at one very far corner of the other side of the gate at its exit, a pile of weapons. We're talking pikes, spears, javelins, swords, shields, and they just seem like they're just piled almost lazily, as if it's definitely not something you would typically expect a normal village to just do. That's really all I can give you with that until you actually go down there. But there are no guards. There's nobody wandering these streets protecting their citizens, at least as far as you can tell.
Guys, is it just me, or do you guys feel like you can breathe in this small town?
Have we not been breathing this whole time?
Thanks, Dan Dan.
Yeah, let's just we'll break camp, and Maroc wants to head in.
Oh.
And I do share with everyone, like, hey, you got a pile of weapons over there. Kind of weird though.
Yeah, fair enough.
Still weird.
Town militia seems right.
Yeah, but why would you use? Do they look rusted at all, Matt? Like unused?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. Oh. No, but they do not look rusted. I wouldn't say, I can't say if they look sharp or anything like that, but yeah, it doesn't look like they've just been sitting there collecting dust for days.
Okay. All right.
But they definitely don't look polished. They may or may not be sharp. The sun has risen at this point, and it's about 8, 9 in the morning that you guys are breaking down your tent. You're starting to feel the heat kind of creep up on you. And sure enough, so far, more and more people have woken up, started walking around, started doing their carrying on with their own lives.
Is there anywhere that looks like public gathering even?
Oh yes, there are there's definitely a. I'm about to transition to the scene, but yes, there is definitely.
Okay.
So you don't know this, you don't know this, but there is definitely a giant a giant campfire that it seems that these villagers all kind of like use to cook their own breakfast with. There's not like their own little pots and pans. They just kind of community, almost like Heidi, the country of Heidi. Almost seems like they're just very community knit. But go ahead, and everybody who is looking.
Sorry.
Everybody who's looking at the city as you're going to approach it, or the city, the village at best. Give me another perception check. Now that people are actually getting out, and wearing their daily clothes and everything.
Oh, man, this is terrifying. What the fuck is going on here?
Nice. God, okay, all of you are seeing the same thing. Maroc, actually, with that 35, give me another roll, a society roll. I'm gonna see how well you would know this exactly to a T. But all four of you, oh God, okay, perfect. All four of you notice that most of now that the men are also coming up and out of their tents or their huts and helping with the women and playing with the children and doing their dailies as well. All of the men are wearing the same colors. Black.
Wait, the same what?
The same colors. Black with a red handprint on their chest. Maroc.
Sorry.
You do not recognize it. No, you just that's what you know. That's what you see. Is you see black with a red handprint. Maroc, you know from your studies and from everything you've learned from the descriptions that you were given, from the people you've interrogated and everything else, these definitely are the colors and the insignia of the First Bloods.
We have a location of the First Bloods. Man, is the leader. Oh, damn! I wrote this down. Okay, the First Bloods, they are the people who work with Mahmood. Mahmood.
Mayo man.
Mahmood. Okay.
Are you sharing that information with us?
Hold on, I'm typing this in first. Is what the men are wearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that with you guys. I'm gonna be like, hey, I think we may have just found Mahmoud's encampment. These guys are the First Bloods.
All right. I'm going to head into the square then.
Okay, Steve, hold on, Steve.
What? Why not?
Let's just calm the fuck down for a second.
I'm good at this.
Hold on. There's probably over 20 of them. And if you go in there,
I'll have 20 new buds.
Steve. I grab Steve by the shoulders and go, Steve, you got almost eaten as zombies. And there was 4 zombies. There are 20 people in there.
What zombies are you talking about?
This is like a long time ago.
Like, no need to worry, bird friend.
You talking about when I killed like 16 zombies single-handedly, and then you guys came in, cut me off with the last 4? Is that what you're talking about?
Prevented you from dying? Yes.
Is there any reason we should think these guys are going to be hostile?
No.
I mean,
All right, I'm
hold on.
going to start doing like that weird Bret Michaels like dance walk, and I'm going up towards the gates doing that. Kind of beckoning everyone with me in a dance.
Oh God.
I'm going to pause you there real quick, Steve, because yes, as you're Worf, are you like with him or behind him or anything?
I'm in front right now, aren't I?
You're in front. Steve is right behind you.
I'll be right with you.
Steve was stopped by Marak, and then I danced by them.
So yes, sure enough, you see, as I'm sure you can hopefully see on your computer screens now, this village. It's got its oasis in the corner there. It's got about 8 different huts and several other smaller tents. On one side seems to be like just a sundial that people use to keep watch of time. On the other is where they would have their food and business. There are definitely a lot more just laborers than there are soldiers walking about. You know, they're all wearing the First Blood's colors, and I know they're not actually wearing. Fuck off, the NPCs. I couldn't actually find NPCs with black and red, so I just used generic NPCs. But all the men again are wearing the colors. The women are just wearing, what rags they wear. And I say rags, they're silks. They're not poor people. They're just Worf and Steve, you kind of walk in, and as you just waltz in with your dancing and moving, I'm
just walking.
Understandably, as you're kind of dancing and moving and or not dancing, as you're walking in, as Worf is kind of waltzing in, I will say. A lot of the people do kind of stop and turn and look at you. And one person in particular, you kind of walk by him as he's kind of walking up from his tent, and he's like, "Oh there, what are you strangers doing so far from home?"
Hi, my name's Steve in a small town. These are my associates here in this small town. We're actually looking for someone. I think you might maybe know where this person is.
Here, have some soap. I'm throwing him some soap.
I'll look back at
the soap slaps the villager, and he just kind of looks down at it as it falls to the ground into the sand. It kind of looks back at you with a quizzical look.
Look back at
I'm
Wolf
gonna look at Steve and be like,
up.
"That was pretty small town."
I will say we're actually friends of Princess. Somebody remind me of her name. That's not in character. I don't remember her name.
I don't know. I feel like, does your character remember there, Steve?
My character does, but in real time it's been like 3 days. I mean, in real time it's been.
Yeah, no, you're correct. You're correct. But in real time, yes, it's been way too long. But Jaden, and actually, let me take that back from you, Steve, because I do distinctly remember dropping her name twice when we started this session an hour and a half ago. 2.5 hours ago. But whatever.
Oh, bird.
Sorry.
That was 2 hours ago.
So,
we're associates of a certain Jaden.
You see him
just
kind of
hoping
slump a
to
little
have a
downward.
quick conversation with her. If
You're,
you know her whereabouts at all.
Yep, and I do apologize, Steve, because I'm not trying to cut you off, Ryan. But the man is like stopped listening to you and kind of whistled to 2 of his buddies, who do approach you from the sides. And these men approach and go, "Hello there. You guys are Novarians, aren't you?"
Yes, we are. We're with the Adventure Guild. My name's Steve. Hunters Guild.
Nope, we're not known as the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
What's your name?
How about you guys come out here and let's have a chit chat just outside of town, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And so the 2 NPCs, the 3 guys kind of like start kind of like walking, kind of like not necessarily pushing you guys or shoving you guys, but clearly given like the intention of like rushing you out of the village. And so they're kind of like walking right behind you. What are you doing?
Talking to them. Being like, so what are you guys' names?
Worf and Steve, are you letting them kind of usher you out of the village? Are you standing your ground? That's kind of what
I'm talking to. I think that we're going
are
somewhere.
they doing it in a threatening way, or I've assumed they were bringing us somewhere. So,
well, that's why I said. So that's why I'm trying to describe is that. So they're like, let's go outside of the village here, and they start walking, not pushing you guys, but like in a manner that's clearly like, I wouldn't say hostile, but yes, in somewhat of a fashion that's not the friendliest.
I'm gonna try to talk to them.
we will
like,
stay
"So what
right
are you
here.
guys'
I will
names?"
say in intimidation.
Oh, I'm being diplomatic. And
Okay, I
asking their
know,
names.
but Worf, go ahead, throw it on the table, buddy.
Damn it. Oh, how annoying. This is just a general
Intimidation check.
Jesus.
Do you have group coercion? I'm gonna look, because I think you might. Because yes, with what? Oh, you do. Oh my God, this is. Oh. So Steve, you're like buddy with them, and they're starting to like kind of lean up with you, and but then Worf is like,
no, they weren't.
but then.
Well, I got a better roll than you did, dude.
But
there was still no sign that they were just gonna be buddy.
Well, I didn't say buddy. I said they were warming up to Steve a little bit. I didn't even get to say what they said or what they were going to do until you literally
give me smooches.
throw your fucking cock on the table and said, "We're staying right here." All 3 of them stop in their tracks and look at you with a slight tint of fear in their eyes. Tinge of fear, not tinge.
Continue, Steve.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. What are you guys' names?
Hey, Steve.
What are you,
hey, Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan, fuck you, Ryan, fuck.
What?
It's making me have to fucking pull up my names list.
No, I was thinking maybe one of them was possibly our boy.
One of them is, well, I won't say anything yet. Give me 20 seconds. Let's pretend nothing's happening for a moment. You guys someone needs to go pee real quick? Yeah, I think one of you needs to go pee. Why don't you go take a pee break real super fast? Yeah, just go ahead and take a pee break. And my name is Abukar. That's That's Omaris, and that's Karim.
Oh, it's great to meet you guys. Abukar,
Their names.
Kareem.
Omaris.
What's the other one? Amaris. So you guys lived here your whole life in this small town?
No, we lived in the big city, and we're here just, as one would normally do when, unfortunately, they're against their oppressive government, having to hide out and shelter in a faraway place.
Oh man, that sounds tough.
It is very tough, especially when most of our men are tradesmen, merchants who need travel rights between our country and the next. Hyde hasn't closed our borders, but we can't get to the country of Heidi without being able to go through Novar. Yet here we are, struggling to even let that happen.
Well, I'm from Novar. Maybe I could help you out at some point.
Let's see. What can we do for you, man? You're looking for Jaden, aren't you?
We're looking for Jaden, yeah. We just gotta have a quick conversation with her. Her dad's worried about her. It sounds to us like she wants to be here. She's in love. Her dad's all worried. But so we're just here, not gonna take her away if she doesn't want to go. We're just here to make sure she's okay.
By the way, hold on. Who do we think she's in love with?
Mahmoud, right?
Or is she in love with like a traveler? Or a trader or something like that? A merchant?
There one guy giving her poetry and jewelry whose name escapes me.
I thought it was.
It's Mayamud that was giving her the jewelry.
Yeah.
The leader of the First Bloods, yeah, Mahmud.
Oh,
Okay.
It was both.
Yeah, and then she did have a secret pen pal you guys learned about from the theater troupe, Maymood.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all coming together now.
Ari Fatuma?
Let's not forget about mayonnaise mood. Okay. Omaris kind of wanders off and heads towards one part of the town, and you see somebody coming up behind with him, and this guy looks significantly bigger and manlier. Kind of could give Dan a run for his money.
Oh, that's how you spell it.
Goes. Oh, you are the Hunters Guild.
Yep. My name's Steve. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
I am Mahmoud.
Oh, it's great to finally meet you, Mahmoud. So I don't know if they've already filled you in, but I'll just say it again. Oh, we don't want to take her we just want to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid you might actually try to. Oh, I can tell you this. She is doing well.
Well, I can tell you this. I'm going to talk to her and hear from her that she's doing well. And if she says she is, fine, we'll be on our way. We don't want to make her do anything that she doesn't want to do. But if she says she's not, and she wants to leave, she's going to be leaving with us.
You think I haven't expected this before? You can all hear this, yes, Mark. You think
Well, no, I was going to ask, can we all just take a pause for a second and realize Steve just did something that was, dare I say it, almost aggressive?
I know. He deserves a hero point for it, honestly. I think I'm going to give him a hero point for it. Steve, you get a hero point for that.
Steve, you need to calm down. You're getting a little aggressive right now. Jesus, dude.
Mahmoud, you don't think for the last week and a half that or for the last month and a half, excuse me. You don't think for the last month and a half I haven't expected your like here? I knew this was inevitable, that her father would come and collect her again. And if you think you can convince me otherwise, you're mistaken. I prepared for this. You stay.
I don't have a problem with her staying if that's what she wants to do, but I need to hear that from her. And can I roll like diplomacy or something to
Of course.
try to that I'm being
Of course.
sincere?
Am I? I'm
Oh
in
my
there, right?
gosh. Yeah.
Does a natural 20 convince him?
And hold on, Worf, what did you say?
Oh, nothing. I'll wait.
Well, before Mahmoud, you can kind of see his shoulders slump down a little bit, and he kind of relaxes himself a little, quite significantly in contrast to how ready he was to start swinging his axe at your head. You see this young lady who clearly looks almost regal, definitely wearing not Valerian silks, but she's running up. Wait! No, don't attack him, please.
Hi, my name's Steve. I'm with the Hunters Guild. What's your name?
I am Jaden Norman, and please,
Perfect.
I
Just
am
the
not-
person I was looking for.
please, nobody attack, okay? I am staying. I am not going back to my father. You will
Okay,
not.
that's all you want to be here. This is your choice. That's all I was here to verify.
Brock looks over at Dan and goes, "Whew, this could have just been a carrier pigeon. All right, guess we got about another 4 days back over to the other place." Ooh, man, okay. Oh, God, I hope this was worth it. Okay. Sweet Desna.
Jaden,
Oh, nice meeting you, people.
Jaden, is there some token or something you can write to your father just so that we have proof that we contacted you and that you chose to stay here?
Well,
Just for his...
you have a contract,
mind.
don't you? You have a contract,
Yes.
don't you?
Yes.
I will sign it. You've come. I will sign off that you've completed your mission.
Perfect.
I have
well,
everything I need here for you. Please come into the village. Are there any other more of you?
just us four.
Just the four. Oh! You sneaky buggers, come in here.
Come on in.
She heads
is she
to
gonna-
so she heads to her hut, and she comes
Is
back.
it just us in here now?
Yes, nobody else has followed
Okay.
you.
I just want to, now that it's just the two, I just want to say, I just
Now
want
it's
to make
the
sure
four
one
of
more
you.
time.
Oh,
I just want to make sure one more time,
Okay.
now that there's nobody to overhear, that you do want to stay here. This is your will.
Very much so. Very
Okay,
much so.
perfect. I'm
Unless-
happy for you. I'm happy you found love, and I'll let your dad promised me that if we found you and you were happy, he would let it go.
Oh,
So
thank heavens for that.
Wait,
hopefully
hold
he will
on.
do that.
Steve,
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of like pull Steve aside and look at him and go, "Steve, did
Yeah.
we actually get that feeling from Dad?
Yeah,
Because he said, I know he said that, but do you think he actually meant that?
he
Do you think he's
seemed,
gonna believe us?
well, we're getting the signature from her.
I understand that, but do you think he's going to?" And I like raise up 2 feather fingers. Accept it? Or is he
Matt,
gonna,
you
like,
can
assume we're
correct
lying?
me if I'm wrong, but I feel like by the time I got him to agree to that, he sounded resigned to.
Steve, you diplomacied him into that agreement. Yes, you were very
Okay.
strong
Okay, I honestly
about.
cannot remember.
Okay.
No. Steve was very strong in saying, like, I don't even care if it's for payment. If I find her and she's alive, that's all I care about in this quest. And he said that if you could at least confirm that, he would pay it. He's already technically paid the Hunters Guild. It's just whether or not the Hunters Guild would pay that amount out to you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what Jaden is signing off for.
Cool.
You pull up.
Aiden, can I ask you a question then?
Of course, yes. What?
I mean, this is meant to no offense, but we've been out here. It took us a long time to get out here. It was really hard. But I'm just kind of interested. Why are you staying here?
What am I staying here?
Yeah, like why is what is it? Is it really just love? Like what is everything here?
Maroc, is that your name, right? That's what I heard.
Yeah. I introduced myself to you earlier.
Yes.
Very quickly, so yeah.
No, you didn't. But I heard you and this nice elf here using your names. And
Yeah.
I understand that as a woman, I don't deserve the right to introductions, but
Sorry.
but you get to do whatever you like, correct? You get to go careening into ravines and chasing after treasures. You get to fight bad, dirty goblins and explore and adventure all to your heart's content, correct, Maroc?
Sometimes I shoot the sons of mayors, yeah, because they robbed something and I get yelled at for it. But yeah, sure, yeah, I get to do those things, yeah.
Do you think I, as a noble's daughter, get to have any of that kind of fun?
Well, you're probably not as good of an archer as I am, so probably not, but no.
Well,
Sorry.
I could have been if I didn't have such an overprotective father. Thank you very much. So yes, if I choose to run away, as love would have it, I will. She stamps a little aggressively on the quest scroll and then signs her name, hands it back to Steve. Look, I know you guys are probably well-traveled and probably in need of a good night's sleep. Have plenty of beds here available for you wary travelers should you want to sleep for the night.
That would be excellent. Could I trouble you perhaps for one more thing? We could pay. We need, if we could get some slightly more unassuming clothes than we currently have, it would make our journey back much easier.
Well, I'm sure we have plenty of clothes here. And if I can talk to Mahmoud, he might even be willing to donate you a couple of camels and a wagon to make your trek
That
back
would
through
be
the
incredible.
desert easier.
Do you guys happen to have any paint?
I'm sure we have plenty of red paint. We have plenty of
Perfect.
dyes.
Perfect. We'll get Worf on it. He can make us a war can number 3 for us. And
Oh, as if that means anything to me. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So she's building us a wagon?
No, she's not building you.
Come on.
Come on. Do you guys have anything else then that you want to do? It's probably midday in probably the tiniest village you could hope for. Obviously, practically none merchants.
I didn't mind the walk all that much if we could find those things that petrified me again. I want to go that route again.
Wait, why do you...
I just like that I missed out on most of the desert
that's
crawl
right.
because I was just being drugged by Dan.
It took me a fucking minute, but yes, okay, yes. Exactly, right? But did you guys have anything else you wanted to do before you went to sleep? Anything throughout the day? Are there any activities you wanted to accomplish? Anything,
kind of
downtime, essentially?
Steve, anytime Morocco works. What is the general? So Matt, if I know, at this point we know that these are the first blood. Are we to believe that this is it for their whole faction? Like this is it?
I mean, you answer that question, Maroc. you got what information you got from them. And unless you want to talk to some more of them.
Mahmoud. I want to go talk to him. I'm curious.
All right, yeah. So you head out of the tent, and sure enough, Mahmoud is dealing with his own business elsewise. Everybody else is kind of just all the rest of you. Do any of you have anything else to do right now, or?
I'm just gonna go around talking to people, meeting new friends.
Oh, cool. Marak, you approach Mahmoud. Sure enough, he's dismissing Omaris, Karim, and Abukar from what they were doing.
So, because I have really shitty diplomacy, I only have really great deception. I'm gonna still just talk at him and see what he'll tell me, and then I'll go from there.
You approach him, and he turns to you. Yes, Tengu.
So I am genuinely curious, Mahmoud.
Wait, is this
heard
Peter
that
or
you tried
Marak talking? I can't tell.
Oh God, come on! Don't make me do it.
He's taking his beak out.
Yeah, I had to take my teeth out.
Beak, but whatever.
We heard that you tried to strike up a like a parlay with the with Jaden's father, the Chancellor. Chancellor? Yeah, the Chancellor, something like that. Counselor, whatever his name is.
Chancellor of Defense of your Novarian government, yes.
Yes. Were you all upset that he said no?
Oh. Marak, tell me, what do you think of Valerans?
Well, I mean, we don't really know them that much. I've only killed 4 of them. Oh, 3. Sorry, 3.
I see.
They're bandits, so, I'm assuming you don't really care.
If they were bandits and thieves, I'm sure your Novarians have the same thing. But...
Yeah, see?
So
I
Valerans...
appreciate you saying that. Yeah.
Valerans...
When you're a bandit, you're a thief, you kill them. Hey, thank you. I already like you, Mahmoud. Thank you.
It's Mahmoud. But anyways.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Think of,
I like you.
Think of our, you've seen the most of what my country is. A giant wasteland
Yeah,
of the desert.
a lot of desert.
They think we have opportunity for growth. Agriculture, mining, supplies and materials that you Novarians covet so heavily. We have very little, if anything. Our government is on a brink of poverty and collapse because we have no trade routes anymore with any country. Your country prevents ours from dealing with even Hyde, another country that has no jurisdiction with yours. And yet we cannot make the path of travel. So you Novarians, you deem who gets to live and who gets to die. By your borders, by your gates. We don't. So we suffer, we starve, we die. Because of your people. And I don't blame your people. I have no ill will against Novarians. You are like me. We are just people. I understand that our government and your government are opposite. And that is why I approached your chancellor in hopes that he could see the difference between our government and her people. People need to live. Government, she could crumble.
So, because I don't want to just, I want to like make sure I'm like playing Marak and everything right on this, Maddie. So, just to clarify, Hyde Summit, totally separate country. Like Hyde
Yes.
Summit is like a city in. Okay, so totally separate. And from what Mahmoud is telling us, if he's telling us the truth, that the Novarians, my government, is basically put a blockade on Valeria from trading.
Essentially, yes. That's literally what you just said. Yes.
Yep.
I'm just kidding,
Okay.
I'm kidding,
Yeah.
I'm
Just to clarify. Yep. And then,
You're good.
from what what Marak has seen, and so has the rest of the party, the only other outside, the Hunters Guild, like Novarian, what would it be, like soldiers that we've encountered was when we like fucked over those soldiers at Pirates Cove, right?
Wait, what was your question? Like the only Navarians you've fucked over were the Navy? Yeah.
Who? Yeah. So no, I guess like what outside of the Pirates Guild? Outside of the Hunters Guild, what other Navarian officials, like, and I'm talking like soldiers, government workers, have we encountered?
A fair amount, I guess. I mean, you haven't directly dealt with any of them, but yes, you've got. Obviously, Novar has its own navy, clearly, as you dealt with them. They clearly have their own army. They have their own guard. I don't think you've dealt with them directly. I'd have to like.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, would Maroc feel? A part of me is trying to like decide if Maroc would feel some sort of empathy towards their situation, because he has seen how like, right.
I mean,
he has seen how like the Navy went like real fucking hard on those Pirate Cove people.
I mean, but remember also, Mahmoud isn't fighting against the Novar government.
So but
he's Peter, upset clearly with them.
Peter, let me give you
fighting against his own government.
I guess I'm trying to decide if Maroc would want to aid them and like I said, have empathy towards them and feel for their plight.
Would a real world analogy help you at all?
No, it's okay. I kind of like how I'm doing this right now. So, yeah, you guys go do something else while I need to think. I don't want to take any more of the spotlight right now.
Well,
I'll ask Mama some stuff.
You could. I mean, does anybody else want? I mean, we're just waiting for the next day. So, in the sense that if anybody else does have anything besides Maroc, till the night.
I'm already fucking laying down.
And I'm gonna ask Mahmoud one other thing here.
Sure.
What have you already tried to do to your own government, Valerian government? Have you tried to get them to broker peace with the
You think
Navarians,
the swine of our king and queen give a damn about her people? They don't. As long as their bellies are full and their kids are happy, they don't care about the rest of us, lowlies. We live in slums, while they sit on their thrones using our backs as support. So yes, you know my people. You've probably heard of us. There isn't many who really follow the traditional.
All right, dudes. I know you guys say that Maroc is just really full of bloodlust, but I'm feeling Viva la Revolution. Come on, guys. What about the rest of you? Let's just go kill us some kings and queens.
Are you?
I have not said that. I'm not saying that in character at all.
Is it on the quest board? Am I getting paid for it?
If Dan says that, Maroc just quick grabs a piece of paper and just says quest board, and it just says King Queen, and there's a skull on it. Goes, Dan, here it is.
Well, I ain't killed me one of those yet, but there's a first for everything.
Are the rest of you near me when I'm talking to Mahmoud?
Or any of you
Steve,
near him?
are you at all okay that I'm talking to Mahmoud, the leader?
I should probably be worried, but I think I already decided that I was making new friends, so maybe at some point I look over in your direction and just start to sweat and be like, oh god, what's happening now?
Oh god.
I'm just at that big fire laying and lazing and talking with locals, so I'm not paying attention.
And understandably so. Shit, wait, did I...
So, Mahmoud, if there seems to be very few of you, how have you not been able to get more people to your cause?
Therein lies the problem. The biggest problem of all. You don't think there are many individuals who would have their own ideologies of how things should be ran? That's our problem. We're one of many, many factions in this. Unfortunately, there are too many of us to really count of anymore. But reasons we feel we are the most correct. All we care about is her people. If we could just open those borders again and allow for trade, then slowly and surely Valera could see what she could accomplish. Till then, we will suffer, starve, and die.
Do you hold ill will then to the Navarians?
Not to your people, only to your government, as I to my own government. Look at me. I've fallen in love with a Novarian princess. I really have ill will against Novarians. Didn't. If I fell in love with a...
Did you put a ring on it?
What is a ring? What does that mean? Why would I put a ring on her? She can find her own jewelry. No, I'm kidding. He did not say that. It's only been a month and a half. These things take time.
There's no way the Hunters Guild, would Marak know the Hunters Guild, what is their political power or political standing in Novar?
They are a private military company.
But we have some amount of thing, because like
You have
badges give us.
Well, right. You are a private military company hired by the government. So you aren't the army. You aren't required to fight in their wars, but they do utilize your services. So the government won't send their army to deal with a couple of goblins raiding a cave, but they might send you guys to do some espionage tactics like retrieving a kidnapped daughter.
Okay, so we're like a for-profit police force.
Essentially, exactly. You're
Jesus.
You are quite literally.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it is true. It is true though. That is
State-sponsored bounty hunters.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. At the end of the day,
Sounds so much better.
At the end of the day, if you guys are caught in the country, you aren't inciting open warfare. You know, you're not going to be. Valera wouldn't declare open warfare against Novar for finding a couple of you guys. But if they found an army of Novarian soldiers, so.
Would Marak know that, like, if anyone was going to, like, have some sort of, like, political, like, throw their political weight around, it's probably not going to be us. It's probably going to be whoever, like, heads up the Hunters Guild.
And even then, they would, like, why would they care? What would, again, as Ryan just said perfectly and super succinctly, for-profit police force.
Right. Who is the person who heads up our Hunters Guild again?
Ron, the Guildmaster.
Big guy.
Just a big, burly... every time I think of him, I always think of the Admiral from Monster Hunter World.
But if you're thinking about influencing an open trade route, then literally talk to the guy whose daughter we're retrieving, because isn't that the one he's...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but he said... Yeah, but I thought he told us that he couldn't, his hands were tied because even though he, correct me if I'm wrong, Maddie, but he's like the secretary, he's like a secretary in the aspect of like a president has secretaries, secretarial cabinets.
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. He has every power to open there is no singular power. It is a series of chancellors that run your government. So the Chancellor of Defense is the one who owns and controls the borders of Novar. And it is him, Augustus, who said specifically to you that he would not open the borders to the country until it was a official government request, a peace treaty with the official government of Valera.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay.
It's okay. It's probably, I think, the third time I've told you that. I'm just
kidding. He didn't want to openly deal with a rebel faction because that
Correct,
would basically
yes.
be the same thing as Novar declaring war on Valera.
Correct.
If our country allied with a force trying to overthrow their government.
Thank you, Ryan. Exactly. And that is exactly what his reasoning was, is that he would not give the order to a rebellion faction of the government that has been locked in a Cold War with for the last 70 so years.
However, if his daughter is now one of these people and her safety is dependent on that, it might give him some incentive to try to broker some kind of peace between or work towards with other politicians and diplomats a peace between the different factions in Valera for the safety of his daughter.
Well, he does say he did say that we need from the official government, so we can't even get from the different factions unless you're talking about.
I mean the rebels and the actual government. It would give him incentive to have the rebels and the government broker some kind of peace deal.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Maddie. Didn't you just say that it seems like what are the kings and queen of Valera? What are their names?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, whatever. Kings and queen.
I mean, I'll look it up later. I genuinely, I mean, it's.
Oh, did Mahmoud make it sound like the king and queen of Valera don't even care about or have no intention of opening up trade routes? Isn't that what he said, or no?
You know what, Peter, I'm starting to feel bad for your students, because I feel like they probably genuinely ask you questions, and it goes in one ear and out the other with you.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm
doing so many things at once. I'm trying. Did you say that?
Clearly. He said that the king and queen, quite literally, they're just slumlords. They just literally, they don't care as long as their bellies are full. All they care about is they and themselves. Literally, everybody works and slaves for them.
So it almost sounds like it's not necessarily getting the factions to have a peace with them. It's that because the factions aren't even the official government. It's either the factions need to overthrow the official government, or the chancellor needs to convince the slumlord king and queen to be like, hey, can we open up a trade route thing? Which sounds like it's going to be damn near impossible.
I mean, yeah, that's fucking welcome to government. Oh. All right. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do before the day turns to night?
I don't, but I am curious on how much longer we're playing.
If Peter is finished with his questions, maybe 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done with my questions.
And you don't have to be. If you genuinely do have other questions you want to ask Mahmoud, I'm not going to prevent you from doing that.
No, I think I kind of got enough. I am honestly more just like
ready to kick some king and queen ass.
I'm especially curious what the rest of the three of us are feeling like. Like I'm trying to not metagame here, which is why I'm honestly asking all of these questions, and why Marak is asking all of these questions.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like I would eventually tell all of you all of this of like what Mahmoud has told me.
Well,
so,
all of your questions with Mahmoud for the day have unfortunately allowed this. No, I'm just kidding.
So what are you saying to us then, Marak?
I'm just gonna literally repeat everything that Mahmoud.
Can you do it but in rock voice?
So you're just telling us You're not suggesting that we do something one way or the other?
No, I'm not suggesting. No, not at
Okay.
all. No, I am seriously telling you everything that Mahmoud told us, and then I am. Hold on.
So, lay down.
So as the sun sets and day turns to night, a couple of the women of the village guide you guys into one of the larger huts in the village. And it is in here, it seems, it could be either just a guest house, maybe even a sick bay, a quarantine of some kind. And they guide you into the beds, and if any of you want to stay awake for any reason or not, there does seem to be 2 First Bloods standing guard at the door of this hut.
Alternating sleep shifts.
I'm down for that.
Sure.
I can go first.
Yeah. Dan, you sit there, and you are kind of watching the entrance, and everything seems calm and peaceful. Subtle rustling of the wind and the breeze. Slow crackling of the fire. Can I please get a will save from you? But your hardened resolve prevents you from drifting away. And you stand guard, as valiant as ever. Sure enough, the 2 other guards are or 2 other First Bloods are kind of looking at you. They're talking in Valeran speech, kind of looking over at you, a little nervous at you, with your big muscles and your giant axe. But yeah, your time is up, and it's ready for the next person.
We'll wake up the bird fellow.
Peter, are you here? Peter, if you're not here, I want to make somebody else do it. Dan, give me another person's name.
Yeah, we'll do Steve then.
I was really hoping Peter fell asleep after the toxin.
Steve, you wake up. Dan, you go to sleep. And Steve, you're kind of sitting. Are you inside, outside, talking, nothing? What are you doing?
I'll chat with the blood guard or whatever they're called.
The 2 First Bloods.
First Bloods, yeah.
And they're they're talking, and they're kind of talking their Valerian, and you kind of like, hey, and so they're like, oh, okay, I guess we can speak Novarian. Give me a perception check, Steve. Beautiful. Steve. Actually, sorry, everybody though, give me a perception check. Everybody give me a perception check. Steve, you hear what you need to hear, but I need to know if everybody else hears what you hear while they're sleeping. Okay. Wow, all of you are successful. Wow. You guys, the 3 of you that are dreaming in deep sleep, and Steve, who's just listening, talking, everybody is interrupted suddenly by the thundering stampede of feet as loud war cries are cracking the sky. You then hear sudden sounds of clashing swords and crushing, squelchy noises of human flesh being pierced and flayed. The 2 First Bloods that are inside the hut with you kind of look at each other, look back at you guys, and immediately rush out of the hut. Suddenly you feel and see flames erupting around you as torches are thrown onto the hut, sending plumes of smoke spiraling into the sky, boiling the air around you. Amidst the chaos, the anguished cries of villagers and the defiant shouts of the First Bloods are mingled in a cacophony of despair. Yes, AI wrote that last sentence. And that is where we'll leave it for tonight.
We shouldn't have stayed the night, guys. We should have just left. Dang it.
Just keep pretending you're asleep.
I was on watch.
Wake up in the morning and it'll all be over.
But that is where we'll end tonight's session, with a sudden raiding of this small village that you guys are currently resting up before you leave.